This is a fun one. Welcome back to Kanode Knows. Stephen Hamilton is one of the most influential bike riders of our time. That's not an overstatement. It's kind of crazy the impact that he's had on the BMX world. Uh, if you want to know like his story, there's a really well done video by Peter Adam called "The Yin and the Yang" on YouTube about Stephen Hamilton, and he did such a phenomenal job with that one. It's so impressive. After talking to him for 2 hours, I was like, "It's incredible that Peter Adam got that done and so cohesively." This is a wild ride of a podcast. I don't really care. It is what it is. I had no expectations going into this, and I would have loved to talk about a couple more things. He even says it at the end. He's like, "I dodged all the hard questions." I was like, "Yeah, you did, but that's okay." I had fun talking to him. It was legit like riding a roller coaster. But you just go with the flow, baby. It's an honor to talk to him. He'll always be a legend, and I wish him well, and I appreciate his time. So, Steven, thanks for coming on. I hope you guys all enjoy this episode. Steven, I mean, briefly, I'll tell you, like, he from a day late and a dollar short. Go watch that video. It's incredible. He ended up getting hooked up by Federal at the Ghetto Street Jam, and then proceeded to go on Road Fools 11, Road Fools 12, film Can I Eat with Animal and All Day and Cuts. And then there's what I said it in this interview. I said, "Well, tell me about the downfall," and he swerved that real hard. But there's a period of time where it was like, what the fuck happened to Stephen Hamilton? But it seems like he's somewhat back and has a fresh mind and healthy body and just working and living. I would have loved to learn a little bit more, but it is what it is, man. I had fun talking to him. So yeah. Before we get into it, like the video, subscribe, share the show with a friend. Do any of you fucking do that? If I ask you to do that, this seems silly, but I'm just doing it. Yeah, dude, Stephen Hamilton. Here it is. You know what I'm saying? Fucking buckle up, dude. At one point, we're both shirtless, so there's that. And it's basically a house tour. He's an Energizer Bunny running around. You can tell like it's kind of genius energy. So it's what it is, man. Here's Stephen Hamilton. Thanks for watching. Hi, Stephen Hamilton. What you doing?
I'm chilling.
Chilling where? Ohio?
Chilling in Ohio.
Dude, I put the questions on Instagram, and the amount of responses about Ohio is kind of hilarious. Like, how does it feel to be the king of Ohio? What's round on both ends and high in the middle?
Okay.
Yeah. You've been there.
Did you ever figure out what the answer to that is?
Round on both ends and high in the middle? Yeah, I put it together.
Huh?
I put it together. It took me a couple minutes, but I was like,
I can't figure it out.
Oh, I can't figure it out. Fuck you.
What is it? The state?
It's something, man. It's the letters O.
Oh.
Hi, O. How was your day, dude?
It was just great. Best day of my life.
Hell yeah, that's the spirit. Looks grim. Just overcast. I was gonna ask, do you smoke cigs? Or is that a blunt?
Yep, this is a clove.
Nice. Damn, clove. That's a specific scent, dude.
Well, there's lots of different ones. Yeah, it does have a scent, you're right. And there's also different flavors.
Yeah, that's bomb, though. When did you pick up cloven?
Well, when we were having technical difficulty starting,
yeah,
I lit one. I don't know if you were recording that. I lit one backwards, and I burnt the...
No shit. I missed it. Damn, you got the bolo tie on? Let's go. Where are you?
I was going to start a fire, but it started raining, but I'm going to start one in a second. You say how or where? What'd you say? How are you?
Where are you?
Where I am in Ohio.
No shit. A house or apartment or what?
What?
A house or an apartment?
It's an apartment.
Sick. Same apartment like from all the shit where Peter came out and did that Federal video?
Yep.
Nice. And then what about... Damn, has it been since like... How long have you been at this apartment?
That's a good question. Okay, this year is 2024. I know that, and I probably moved here, and I don't even know. I would say like 24, maybe 18 or 19 or something like that. Maybe, not sure. At least 5 years, 5 or 6 years, I think.
I was researching you today, and I like start at the beginning and then go through it all, and then I found the Albion fucking interview. Do you remember the Albion interview?
A couple of those.
Yeah. The original one, I don't know who came to your house, but it was a photographer from the UK, and they were telling a story of like just your messy apartment and shit. And I was like,
Oh yeah, it hasn't gotten any better. I'll tell you that much.
it's still a mess.
Tomorrow's cleaning day.
Hell yeah, I put it off too.
Come on over here.
Yeah, I'll come help. What do you do for work?
Right now, I'm working at Taco Bell. Been there for like probably like a month or two or something like that. Maybe 2 months. I don't know.
That's not bad. What about before that?
Put in like 43 hours last week. It was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
Before that, I was working at a warehouse here in Sunbury, like an industrial supplier. They sold fasteners, all kinds of crap.
Not bad. Is it just standard 9 to 5 and then work when you
That
can?
last job was. This new job is not. I've never really had a job like this. It's something different. It's kind of neat.
Just like double shifts and weird hours?
Yeah, you know, just like having random days off during the week or whatever. It's kind of something different.
Yeah,
more social. It's more social. That's one thing I like about it because I get to interact with a lot of people and through the drive-thru, people that work there and people that come to the register and things like that.
Nice. Fuck yeah. I used to work at Jimmy John's and I miss it. Like you go to this place, you do your work, and then you get off and you can go do what you want to do. Right now, it feels like my life and my work is like fucking intermingled and shit. But like,
yeah, there's always something. I can always find something different. I've been really lucky to have jobs that like I can incorporate into like things I want to learn about. Like I'm interested in and like food and stuff. So you know, talk about I can experiment with a lot of the food. You know.
Hell yeah. How's your life, dude? You've been I know you had a wild streak, and then seems like you've been on the straight and narrow for a minute. Is that right?
Hardly.
Hardly. Tell me about it.
Far from it.
Tell me more, Steve.
I'm gonna chain smoke as many cigarettes as I can. Once I can't chain smoke anymore, the interview's over.
Deal. It's so funny. I was thinking to myself today, I was like, I wonder if he smokes cigarettes. Because I'm hooked on nicotine.
I just started actually. It's kind of fun. I mean, I've smoked before, but I just started doing it as a habit, and it's been really fun.
I miss it.
Better. I can smoke more and more every day.
It's a fucking nice feeling, dude. But now I'm on these Zins. It's trying to switch from
Zins. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Is that a vape, possibly?
I used to vape. Well, I mean, I still do sometimes, but Zins are like a nicotine pouch that you just put in your mouth.
Sort of like a Bandit or something like that.
Like a Band-Aid? Is that? I don't know what it is. Bandit nicotine?
Is it kind of like dip?
Yeah, it's kind of like dip. Yeah, exactly. Like a rogue pouch. Yeah, pretty much. That's it. You don't have to spit, which is nice.
Okay.
When's the last time you rode?
I had a great, awesome session yesterday.
It's a spooky fairy tale time, dude. This is the most dynamic interview I've ever done. Let's go.
And I ride other bikes. I had a crazy session yesterday. I'm really lucky, and I live in it's just a paradise.
Just a beautiful paradise.
And I get to ride my bike to work, and there's hills and turns and different routes, and I get to skate or ride to work and back, if nothing else, every day. And other than that, I can also ride after and before work. So,
fuck yeah.
But I hadn't ridden a BMX bike for a while because I have been kind of in between bikes, and I have this hoopty that I've been having a ton of fun on, but I only had a couple like hoopty back wheels, which are coaster brake wheels, and I had never really ridden a free coaster, but that was basically all I had other than some mags, which kind of feel terrible. So I was experimenting with the just hoopty coaster brake wheels, and I was having a lot of fun, but they were like super hoopty. Like, well, one of the rims was better than the other, but the first rim, as soon as I did like 180, it was like, you know, almost like not tacoed or anything, but rubbing and stuff like that. But then this other wheel was like this. It was the wheel that was actually on this hoopty that I found in the trash of the street. And
damn, you found a hoopty in the trash?
Oh yeah, dude, I found everything in this trash in this town. I can't leave the house without finding crazy shit.
Fuck yeah.
It was just this like bike, but it turned out being pretty good, and has like pretty good dimensions or whatever. So recently I've been riding that because I'm kind of in between bikes, but I've had some really good sessions, and like, yeah, messing around with those coaster brakes was really cool. and fun. But it was definitely hoopty. I've never had an actual free coaster, but I'm interested in getting one now.
Look,
But
yeah,
this,
team,
but
dude.
these, but it was fun doing this. But I don't know a lot about free coasters or coaster breaks. Am I still working? What's going on here?
I was showing
There's like a
showing
weird
what a
pop up on
hoopty
the
is.
screen. So what was I talking about? That coaster break, like yeah, and then so it would just do some crazy shit because I only rode it a few times, but like I don't really know a lot about free coasters, like I said, or I mean coaster breaks, and so I don't really know like if you're supposed to take the thing off that connects to the frame and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
I got it to a pretty good like spot a couple times, but a couple times I'd be like, I don't know, it would catch in weird times and things like that, or I'd be riding and all of a sudden it would like catch and like, but I never actually got fucked up, but I did get kind of close. I mean, nothing crazy or anything, but and then so yeah, I had some good sessions on that. You're asking if I've ridden recently,
Yeah.
and then also then I took the coaster brake off or the wheel off, and I was kind of having trouble with it, and so I only rode that coaster brake wheel a couple times, but then I put the I hadn't ridden 20-inch for a while, and I was missing it. So I was like, man, I really want to get this ride. And I put that mag wheel back on, which kind of feels horrible, but I had a really fun session with the mag wheel yesterday.
On the front
and
or back?
like I was saying, riding other bikes has been really fun too. Like I've got like a beach cruiser that's fun to ride. And then during the solar eclipse, I was riding my this bike that I freaking love. This bike I find in the trash also.
Hell yeah.
I freaking love it, and I've been getting tons of miles on this, but I ride it to work a lot. It's got a basket for groceries, grocery getter, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I had this crazy session on that bike 2 days ago for the eclipse, bro. We took a break at work and kind of closed down. I don't know, was that eclipse out there too?
Nah, it wasn't shit out here, but
It was
I saw it
insane.
online.
I couldn't fucking believe it. And I was like, I never learned surfers really, other than like I would kind of do them a few times, but I never really knew where to put my feet and stuff like that. I never really could stand up and really be comfortable, like fully extending. But man, I was riding during the eclipse, and then I did my first surfer, and it was like I was actually doing it, and it was crazy because it was like during the freaking crazy eclipse.
That's amazing.
It was just beautiful.
Once in a lifetime thing. I saw something like it. The last one was like in the 80s, and
yeah, I saw. Yeah, I think it was like 79 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
So that was super cool. I know I was doing surfers. I can't believe it.
Cool.
Yep.
Fucking, I would love to see you on a free coaster. Join the club.
I know, dude. I never was really interested in it, and then I don't know. Just had a couple ideas. Like I was thinking a fakie half or a opposite half cab would be kind of interesting to see how it feels and stuff like that.
Fuck yeah! I mean, you were the first I saw do a fakie nose manual. Fucking drop down the 2-stair and
yeah, that was
all day.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that.
Pretty gangsta. How's your memory? Like, if I asked you some shit about those days, how's your memory?
My nickname is Laser because my memory is like a laser. I can remember everything like it was right now.
Hell yeah! I want to know, like, I think people know your story, and like the Federal Yin and Yang video does a really good job of like summarizing your career. But I want to know like how Road Fools 12 came about. Like, what was your first taste of getting hooked up? Like your first animal trip. What was it like filming for Can I Eat? Let's start with that. Like linking up with Scerbo and filming for that video. What was it like meeting Scerbo at the time? Did you know him? Did you like look up to him at all, or was it just low key?
What happened was one time. First time I met him, I think it was in Philly or at the Flow, and I don't know. Okay, maybe my memory's not that good. Let me think.
It's a dull wizard.
I remember seeing him at City Hall, and he was wearing like his brown Dickies or whatever. I don't know. He was just cool looking. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Yep. And then I remember meeting him at the Flow. Something happened where like, I don't know. Well, I was in college at Ohio State as my freshman year, and we kind of connected on spots. He had a zine called Scrappin', and I asked him, we were going on this road trip. A couple of friends of mine were planning a road trip, and we got some like spots from them. And then let me see here. I could read you our first email, maybe. Oh shit! And then I met Flow also. What?
You can read me the first animal email or the first Scerbo email?
this first Scerbo thing is pretty cool if I can find it.
Hell yeah. So none of these sponsors have given me any rules or scripts, so I just asked ChatGPT to write a script for a podcast advertisement for Burn Slow. um, hey there, BMX enthusiasts. Are you tired of looking like a fashion disaster when you're shredding the streets? Well, fear not, because Burn Slow is here to save your style. Dude. Picture this. You're hitting the ramps, pulling off sick tricks, and looking fly as heck in your Burn Slow gear. It's like the clothing gods themselves descended from the heavens and blessed your wardrobe. Our clothes aren't just stylish, they're practically fireproof. So when you're grinding those rails or wiping out on the pavement, you'll still look like a boss. And hey, if you're not into BMX, no worries. Burn Slow is for anyone who wants to turn heads and kick butt. Whether you're hitting the streets or just chilling with your crew. So don't be a fashion disaster. Burn slow and let your style ignite the streets. Fade out with the sound of BMX bikes whizzing by. Cut to the Burn Slow logo with flames blazing behind it. I'm not doing any of that, but go to burnslow.co and buy yourself a shirt. This one's sick. You can take it to go golf. All right, back to the show. Stephen Hamilton. All right, back to the show. Maybe not Stephen Hamilton, because I might reuse this one. Thank you, Burnslow.
But let me think. So yeah, I met him at City Hall in Philly on a road trip with when we were filming for a Daily $8 short with those people. We were riding City Hall and he was there, and I talked to him there. And around the same time, I talked to him at the Flow when he was there for a some kind of like props tour or a promo trip or something like that. And so I knew him from that. And then I got a box of zines and it's got this funny email in it. I don't know where it is. So then Bob, we kind of connected on like spots. And let's see, before, I can't remember the first thing I filmed with him. Probably when I took the Greyhound out to Philly from Columbus. I went out there. It's probably the first time I filmed him. I'm not sure.
At this point in your life, like, are you still living with your parents, going to college, or are you on your own? Like, what?
Well, let me think here. That would have been my freshman year, so I was living in Stradley Hall, like a South Campus at South Campus at Ohio State dorms.
Nice.
Yeah.
What were you studying at?
Or maybe I met him before that. Maybe it was summer. Yeah, it was summer before that.
Did you end up getting your degree?
No.
What were you gonna do?
I went to like orientation and I was like, well, I went for like photography and art and stuff like that.
Sick. Yeah, fucking, it's kind of silly to get a degree in that anyway, because you're just gonna, all you need to do is just do it. So fuck it.
Yeah, easy for you to say. I found scrap in one, but I'm looking for two.
Nice. God damn.
I got the zine box. Okay, scrapping issue number 2. This is it.
Boom. You got the email on there?
I won't be able to read this without tearing up. Let's see here. Oh, I think it's in here. I need another cigarette. I can't find it. So, scrapping. You know what? Also at the FBM, the first FBM contest. I probably met him there too.
The FBM 30, what's it called? Ghetto Jam?
Yeah, the first Ghetto Jam.
Legendary.
This is an email I got from my friend Steven. He didn't send it to me to be used. Hey, Bob, how are you? The trip was pretty awesome. It was just me and 2 other guys in 91 Honda Civic that my friend had just bought before the trip for real cheap. We broke down the second day of the trip, went to Iowa City, stuff like that. Bus station, really awesome. The Boulder Park, Miller Brick Bank, car broke down, stuff like that.
Hell yeah. Did you write stuff like that in that email?
The whole if I press the wrong button or something and we get disconnected, we'll just like reconnect it through a text or something. Good. Yeah, he printed the whole email. It was really cool with like little illustrations.
Yeah, when we're done, you'll have to send me a picture so I can put that on here.
Okay, cool.
Get
gotta ask him if you get permission or something.
Yeah. I've been wanting to talk to him, but he doesn't have a phone. He doesn't have a smartphone or like internet. This is what he was telling me. I was like, God damn, dude.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just gets too much and you gotta take a break.
Yeah. Go off grid.
So yeah, and then so I went out there. So I don't know, like the first time we filmed really. So I'm thinking it was like I took the Greyhound out there. I went out there a couple times. He had a cool apartment in like South Philly, I think it was. So we just stay there and like go to film that like that's when we filmed like City Hall and things like that. I never filmed anything at Love Park, I don't think.
How did it feel like going out to film with him? Did it feel like a big deal? Were the other writers on Animal at the time there at the apartment chilling, or was it like
No, it was just him and his girlfriend's apartment.
So was it ever like you show up and you're like starstruck, or just like, hey, you want to film? Like, what was it like?
I'm trying to remember. I think it was kind of like, I don't know. It was more like his scene is called Scrapping. It was more like Scrapping style. Like I took the Greyhound out there, just had like a backpack, and it was like super hot and humid. Like had to have a hangover or like a hang. What's it called, like layover type thing on the bus, like in Pittsburgh. Like 3 a.m. So you're like just chilling in like downtown Pittsburgh at the Greyhound station at like like 4 a.m. in the morning, and then the Greyhounds are crazy. So it was kind of more like scrapping style. Like we're just, I don't even know, like
fucking winging
I don't
it.
even know
That's
if we were
what I was
filming.
saying. Like it was.
Yeah, I guess I don't remember really.
It never felt like a serious thing, and then all of a sudden, how did it
Not that
feel
it
when
wasn't
it came
serious.
out?
It was just like it was serious because it was just like you had to be serious to even make it happen, to like even make it out there and stuff like that. It was serious because like it's not like there's like I don't really know how to say it, but like we weren't really thinking about it. It's just like everything was serious. Like the writing wasn't any more serious than like making it there and just like experiencing the city and stuff like that.
Fuck yeah. How did it feel once it came out and the whole world is fucking tripping over Stephen Hamilton?
Are you talking about Can I Eat?
Yeah. Wait, I mean, I could be wrong. Was that the first thing you filmed with Scerbo, or no?
Yeah, it was the first thing I filmed with him, but I had already put stuff out. I had already been on Road Pose 11, and I had already put out I had already put out $8 Short. And
yep. The Days Over came after.
It wasn't like it wasn't really like it was like a big turning point, really, because it was more like just already on. I was just already going. So,
what do you think was your big turning point?
Well, just like in high school, we were just all like real lucky to have like a media class, so it was already set forth, and like being able to go to college, it was all just the same thing. It wasn't really a turning point. It was just kind of more a straight arrow.
You just knew. Like I saw that old clip of you when you were a kid saying, "I'm going to be a pro BMX rider," and boom, you did it.
I actually never became pro.
Fuck off. What do you mean, dude?
I never. The paperwork, it all said amateur the whole time.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. When I signed, I'm still amateur for 20 years on my contract through Animal.
Are you serious, dude?
Yeah.
That's crazy. We gotta get you.
And my federal thing always said amateur too.
That is wild.
Even my Nokia contract, my DK contract, every one of them's paperwork. If you read the fine print, it says amateur.
Wild. I did not know about DK. When was that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, my guy's got hats, dude. I noticed that. I was watching the latest video and I was just like, how many fucking hats does Stephen Hamilton have, dude?
I don't have any, dude. I can't find any of my hats.
They're out.
I used to have a lot. No, my hat game is weak at the moment.
That's
they get old. Hats don't last that long.
Yeah.
They're only fresh for so long, and then you gotta. I mean, I still have a lot, but none of them are cool anymore.
That's how it goes. So tell me about DK. What was that? I don't know about that.
That's still amateur.
There we go. The fucking hats. Oh shit. I'm gonna look up DK bikes. I'll just research you while you're on the fucking episode, dude.
Do it.
DK bikes.
Where's my cigarettes at, bro?
I got nothing, man. What's the DK deal?
DK is amateur, dude. Everyone is amateur all the way through.
I hear you, but like
professional.
What, was that before federal?
That's in the future, bro.
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know.
Oh, did I say DK? I meant Elf.
Yeah. Elf. Okay, gotcha. What is Elf?
That was when I wrote for MCS.
Elf
Gravedigger.
Oh shit. That's the frame. That's the Stephen Hamilton frame now. That style frame.
Yeah. The Hawthorne Daddy.
Fuck yeah.
Look up Stephen Hamilton Cherry Bomb. That's where you see the Elf.
Stephen Hamilton cherry bomb.
This is when I was riding my elf in middle school.
Let's see it.
This is MC what? MC something grave diggers. The end.
That was like 7th grade. I had an elf grave digger. I had an elf grave digger in 7th grade. I was riding these trails called Bows in California. It was crazy, bro. Rob Morales was like nose bonking my head.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, fuck you, Bobby. Quit nose bonking my head. He's like, I'm Rob Morales. I'm going to nose bonk your head. And I was like, I'm a little fucking kid. What are you doing? I'm riding my MCS elf, bitch. Rob Morales was like, I like to do nose bonks on the landings. And I was sitting there and I'm like a little fucking kid. I was doing like this tour with Sean Butler. This is when I wrote for S&M.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It was fucked up, bro. Chris Iman was there. He was doing no-footed handers.
Amazing. This is some shit that I didn't know about, dude.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And what's your nickname? Kanode Knows?
Yeah, Kanode Knows. I don't know shit. That's the irony.
You don't even know how to pronounce your name, man. It's Kanode.
Yeah, Kanode works. I've been called Kanode my whole life, but it's Kanode.
Says who?
You're right. It's a subjective thing, huh? Fucking A. How old are you in this?
That was 7th grade.
You're lying. You did not look like this in 7th grade. Really?
Yep.
Wild. I think
how's Arizona?
You're trolling me, dude.
Did you have the eclipse or was it just too cloudy?
Honestly, I didn't even bother because I know it's like out of the line.
Okay.
You're trolling me, dude. This isn't middle school. Did you just make all that shit up?
No.
Pretty cool, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take. It's like being on a roller coaster talking to you, dude.
Tell that to my wife.
When did you get married?
Which time?
First time.
First time? I don't want to talk about that.
Second time.
1994.
No, you didn't.
Ha. Kanode does know. Wow.
Wow. How old is your? I know you have. Yeah, you fucking. You're something, dude. I know you got a daughter. How old is your daughter?
She's 8.
Nice. That's amazing. Good for you. I'm trying to have one of those someday soon. All right, you know what? Let's just. I want to.
Unfortunately, Bob, I can't get pregnant.
We can keep trying though. Oh shit. All right, let's take a break from me trying to navigate this conversation with you, and I'm gonna fucking just hit you with the questions from the gram. You ready? Kareem Williams says, "Have you ever done too many shrooms or too much acid?"
Yes, many times.
Samesies. That's a hell of a journey. Tell me about one.
I've never done any drugs.
Why would you? You're a pro BMXer. Amateur BMXer. Stony Hawk 666 says, thoughts on the current state of the industry?
I don't know about these questions. I can't do this.
Well, we got through 1.5. There's only fucking 50 of them. But yeah, dude, I don't know if the eclipse.
Who asked that first one? Kareem?
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
He's so
oh my God. He's like.
Dude, did you see his new teeth?
Like Jim Morrison.
Yeah. Did you see his new teeth?
Jim Morrison. You got new teeth?
Yeah. Because
his
teeth
you got like dentures or bridge or something like that? Or
yeah.
what?
So Adam 22 took him down to LA, and there's some celebrity dentist, and then.
Does it look good or bad?
Looks so good. He's like a brand new person. I'm gonna pull up his Instagram.
I liked his old teeth.
Me too, man. It was character, but looking at him now, I was talking to him like, bro, how weird does it feel to have teeth in places where there weren't teeth before?
He was missing some teeth.
Yeah. So this is his mug before. You can kind of see his teeth are fucked. And then where's it at? I guess he hasn't posted it yet. It was on his story the other day. Fuck it. He's got great teeth and they look amazing.
How do mine look, Bobby?
Let's see it, Steven. Not too bad, dude.
Hold on, I can't hold the camera right.
Not too bad. Not too
Are
bad.
you serious?
Yeah.
I'm so freaking subconscious about my teeth. I'm gonna take some act.
That's real. This podcast is brought to you by Dance Comp. This is ChatGPT's version of an ad for Dance Comp. Hey, you. Yeah, you with the gnarly moves and the sick bike. Have you ever found yourself dreaming of a BMX wonderland where all your wildest bike fantasies come true? Well, hold on to your handlebars because I've got the scoop. It's called dancecomp.com. And let me tell you, it's like Christmas morning for BMXers. They've got everything you could ever want, from wheels to pedals to helmets that'll make you look like a total superhero. And get this, they've got deals better than the pavement on they've got deals hotter than the pavement on a summer day. That's real in Phoenix. Whether you're a newbie or a seasoned pro, Dance Comp has got your back. Or should I say your bike's back wheel. Oh, wait, I got to change shirts. Wow, cool Dance Comp shirt, dude. So what are you waiting for? Stop drooling over your buddy's new handlebars and head over to dancecomp.com right now. Trust me, your bike will thank you. Thanks for sponsoring the show, Dance Comp. Send me a script.
Anyways,
we got good teeth out here, Steven.
Teeth. What?
We got good teeth out here. We're chilling. Do you pay attention to what's going on in BMX?
Well, sometimes I do. I like to try to.
Nice. When you do, what do you do? Go to dig?
As far as the internet goes, I just see what I see.
Like Instagram?
Yeah, pretty much the only thing I really get on is Instagram as far as internet type stuff.
Yeah. What about non-internet stuff?
What?
Non-internet stuff? Like, are you seeing magazines?
I've just got stacks and stacks of shit everywhere. So whatever comes through.
It's crazy to think about all the days before the internet with just magazines and DVDs. Like I was fucking 13, so I never really got into it. But I imagine you at your pinnacle, or not pinnacle, but when you're in it, you're only doing magazines and fucking VHSs.
I'm having trouble with this camera.
Boom, that's an OG dig. When's that from?
Jason, I got a pretty good collection of magazines.
I bet. Who did you look up to when you were kind of coming into your own, like a day late, dollar short era?
Let me think here. Try to stay focused and energetic. We had props, we had video zines, Jersey riding, there was video zines, props, there was like some Canadian magazine, video zine, magazines, Ride UK, BMX Plus, Dig, and then there was small magazines like Chase and other ones like that.
Who do you remember having the biggest impact on you? Like, who did you see in the magazines that you were like, oh fuck, I want to do that?
Let's think here. Which magazine are you referring to, Bobby?
Pick one. I don't know. I'm just thinking from all the magazines, like the people that you looked up to that you wanted to ride, like, if any.
Well, some of the first exposures to BMX were like, let me think here. Airwalk was real big when I was in 6th grade.
Yep.
That was kind of like a skater shoe. And it was also kind of like alternative, like Green Day, punk rock, stuff like that.
Airwalk was sick.
And Airwalk was kind of part of that. And BMX was part of that. Like, what was that? Like a Warp Tour and things like that.
Yep.
They would have BMX. And so as far as like trying to look up to a rider, you would see BMX in random places, like on MTV during like the 4 Non Blondes video. And there was a show called MTV Sports that had segments on BMX and things
Sick.
like that, and different like alternative type things. And then you would see like, I was talking about Airwalk because I was going to refer to this commercial that's like an Airwalk commercial where like there's just a quick clips of like they're robbing this pirate ship and this dude does a tail whip and he smacks the dude in the head with his peg.
Hell
And
yeah.
that's what we wanted to do, was take over the pirate ship. It was that and vampires. Like we would go out and it would be real foggy on Easter, and we would be kind of like, our bikes were always kind of like horses. We always pretended we were on horses, and we would like be going through the fog, and we would be like, we think we were vampires or something.
Like
And then
this
we would
shit.
see like that commercial with the Airwalk dude, and he's like taking over the pirate ship. Or like even later, it would be like delivering
Yeah, hold on.
pizzas.
Let me show you what you're talking about. This is fucking awesome. I found it. It's crazy that you described it. It's all foggy. Damn,
How
some
did you
trials
find
tape.
that, dude? That would take me like an hour to find my tape of that.
It's fucking awesome, dude.
You're like an internet master.
Pirate ship. That's wild.
Yeah, look up.
So what is that?
shit's not on there.
1990s.
I mean, you know what's interesting though is like, I can't believe you just found that fast. The internet is getting better and better, and eventually you could probably just type in and find exactly what you're looking for. Like,
Bro, eventually it's
you
gonna
probably
be
can't.
like,
You
you
probably
could
do it right
think
now.
of something.
Have all this shit on there.
With
What?
Neuralink, like the future's gonna be nuts. With Neuralink, you put
Is
a
that gonna
chip in your brain.
is that gonna get rid of Google?
Probably. You just think
I
of
hope
something
so.
and it'll pull up. Yeah.
Hate Google.
Me too, isn't it?
No, I'm just
Fucking
kidding. I'm joking. It's a
something.
bad joke. I thought of a lot of jokes I'm going to say, but they're all are really more about the delivery. So
I can see you doing. Have you ever gone to an open mic?
Yes, I have.
Hell yeah, I did. I tried stand up for like 8 months. It's
Yeah, it
fucking,
didn't go very well.
no, not at all. I was a drunken mess.
Just keep trying. All I got to do is keep trying. You'd be surprised. Even though those failures, they seem like failures now, but you learn from them and they become not failures. Like last time I did that, I did it backwards and I lit the freaking thing. See, I learned. I used to do that too. Like, for instance, here's a good example. When we were filming for All Day, I wore a shirt that was like, I wanted to wear like this orange striped shirt. And then I was real mad at myself. I was like, that looks stupid. But then later I was like, you know, Steve, at least you tried.
Hell yeah.
And then the next time you wear the orange shirt and you do it right.
How do you wear an orange shirt right, bro?
You know,
shit.
You're happy. You're happy. You're happy with how
orange shirt.
I don't know. So yeah, like the Airwalk thing, and like I was a big time skier. Yeah, that's it right there. Dan, you're insane on the internet. You found that clip that fast.
That's the orange shirt.
What the hell? That was
Young
great.
Jamie, dude. So Airwalk, is it a good influence?
Yeah, like TV, you know, like as far as you're asking about BMX, yeah, I was a big time skier. I was more into skiing, and I was a rollerblader too, and just like as far as BMX, I didn't really get into BMX until we were living in Westerville, and I was really lucky to be exposed to skateboarding at a really young age and surfing because I was a military brat and I lived in some military bases, and they all had skaters. Like my babysitter on Camp Lejeune across the street, he had a vert ramp in his backyard, and him and all of his friends would be like they had like a kicker fly out and just in the alley behind our house doing stuff and wearing like Santa Claus hats in the spring, stuff like that. And we would always see them, and like me and my dad would like talk to him when we're driving by, and my brother and I would ride bikes around Camp Lejeune, and my brother would make me ride up the corner of the kicker of the skateboarder's ramp and stuff like that. And then my brother was able to loop out on his bike when we were like probably like 4 and like super young. I know a lot of people ride when they're real young, but I was just kind of lucky to be exposed to those kids in the neighborhood, and they had a vert ramp, and there were surfers too. And we would go to the beach, and I didn't really know how to surf or anything, but I would just experience like waves and just getting fucked up by the sand, and you know, just like kind of the similar mindset as far as like you know, like swallowing a bunch of water and like smashing your face on the ground and things like that, or just jumping off things and getting hurt. And and they actually did show us some like skate vids. I remember like they had some video where they were like finger skating as sinks. There was like a whole video of finger skating and sinks when we watched it when we were just like little kids. I barely remember that, but that
Wow.
happened. And then we moved to Westerville, and then there was like, well, even actually there was like, see, I always thought BMX jumps. I said this before, but I thought they were booby traps. I thought a booby trap and a BMX jump was like the same thing. Something like that.
Did you ever say, I want to go hit the booby traps?
I don't know. But then we came to Westerville, and then there was like a couple little jumps, and then I had a friend in like elementary school who knew some stuff, and he kind of told me what an endo was. And then the town I lived in like turned into being like this like crazy BMX town in my neighborhood, and we had like really good like jumps and
Good
things
little
like
scene.
that. It wasn't really a scene; it was like just little kids, but there was like little jumps everywhere for some reason.
Is that
I
how
guess
you
that's every
started
time, really.
running tricks? Dirt jumps?
Yeah. No, this one kid told me what an endo was, and then like we figured out what bunny hops were, and it was kind of funny because like this kid moved in across the street, and his dad was like a pilot in the Navy or something like that, and he could bunny hop, and we were just like, holy shit, how's he do it? He could bunny hop pretty good. He had like a black and yellow Murray, and then like my other friend was a big goofball, and none of us could do it, and he would just grab his top tube on this big Huffy mountain bike, the stupid orange big Huffy mountain bike, and he would grab his top tube with it. I always just thought it was funny. He would just grab his top tube and yank his bike up, and then like. Yeah. And then the order we got, and then people learned how to bunny hop, obviously. And then I was just thinking about stallions. I just kind of remembered stallions the other day, but there was also a video recently called that, but stallions. And yeah, my friend told me what endos were. And then my other friend, he had some older brothers who had dynos, like a dyno comp and a slammer or something. And then like one night we're having a sleepover. And this kid was like, he's like, oh, we got to go to this place tomorrow. And his brother hadn't told him about it or something. And it was a place called these trails. And we went back there, and it was like this crazy spot in Westerville. So that was pretty cool. And that became the spot. So that's where we learned a lot of stuff back there.
Fuck yeah.
And then also, so yeah, it was kind of crazy. See, the thing you're saying, but having the laser memory, it's like you can like remember something like you're there, but then you can't remember. I don't know, it might just wear you out or something to like remember everything. Like I don't know, because I mean, right there when I was talking about that, I could have like told you about every single like. I mean, I feel like I could have just told you about like every single. I mean, I guess you just don't want to say. If you tell, it's not really a story; it's more of a memory. And if you remember like all the way, I don't know, it just seems kind of like.
Yeah, like what memory?
I mean, it's not like I can remember. I feel like I could remember every single. If I was telling you, I could remember every single thing that happened back there. But then it would probably take forever. And
yeah, don't worry about it. Let's talk about. I mean, let's jump forward a bit because like when you were talking about first bunny hop, dude, I still remember like crystal clear. I can't remember shit, but I remember my first bunny hop and like running inside and telling my dad, "Oh my god, Dad! You know I got the bike off the ground this high."
Oh yeah, I know that feeling for sure.
That is such pure stoke, dude. It's a real thing. But let's fast forward to working on Day Late $1 Short.
Well, since you mentioned that story, I'll tell you another one. This other kid that lived like 2 houses down. See, I was pretty much surrounded. All my neighbors real red, but this kid that lived 3 houses down, his dad worked for the NBL, and they had actual track in their backyard, and they would let us come over there and practice. Nice. And I was just gonna tell this story because you mentioned yours about running and telling your dad that. One day we went over there after school, my friend Mike and I, and he had this like super big jump that we hadn't jumped yet, but beside it there was a smaller one that was more of like a trick jump that we would do stuff on. And I did my first no-hander, kind of like you were saying, we did your first bunny hop. Yeah. And we were real excited, and we went inside and we woke him up because he was sleeping. He was taking a nap at school, and we were like, telling him like I did a no-hander.
Hell yeah!
And he was so mad. No, he wasn't so mad.
He's like, shut the fuck up! I'm sleeping. Oh, it's pure, dude. It's so good. It's easy to forget that shit as we get older. Like the just that feeling of learning a trick on a bike is so. There's something to that, you know.
Yeah,
Something to it.
that's why you should skate, because you can learn a billion other tricks on skate too.
I bet that's probably. When did you pick up skating?
I never skated in high school, but I saw it a lot and I was around it a lot, and then I got a board in college.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the skate clips in your what's it called, dude? Something light animal.
Or change the topic or anything. My new animal that left more like part that I was skating in it, and like all my stuff I put out.
Nice in it, dude.
They
filmed that with more light.
I shouldn't have brought up skating, but
well, let's watch some of your shit together. If you're down, maybe it sparks something. I was gonna say let's watch a day late adult. Jesus Christ, how did that one feel?
I thought for sure I was gonna wake up in the hospital, and when I did it was like a sign. I was like, oh my god, my body is strong, and that was like the sign that I was like, I don't know, right there. I was like, God, I'm gonna wake up in the fucking hospital. I knew it, and then like, I got really lucky, man. That I kind of caught the bank or something. I didn't even get hurt really. I mean, it felt good. It is like one of those ones that just felt good. I mean, right there, I was still worried, but
so wild.
You know how when you have your experience the thing where you start a session and you take a slam and then you just feel loose and just feel so good after that?
Yes.
Or you do a bail and you're just
like breaking the steel. It's like, all right, I'm alive.
Sometimes falling is more fun than actually riding.
I disagree with you there, but I see what you're saying. Yo, I gotta figure out, my laptop's about to die. I gotta plug it in. It's already plugged in, but this charger's not working. So let's pause for one. And we're back. So you know what? Let's not watch this one right now. I want to watch Day Late $1 Short with you. This podcast is brought to you by SPINELLIS Pizza. Here's a ChatGPT generated advertisement for them. Hey, fellow shredders, you know what's almost as important as nailing that perfect tail whip? Finding the perfect slice of pizza to fuel your BMX adventures. And let me tell you, Spinelli's Pizza on Mill Avenue in Tempe is the holy grail of cheesy goodness. Picture this. You've just landed the sickest trick of your life, and now you're craving some grub that'll make your taste buds do a backflip. We'll look no further because Spinelli's has got you covered. Whether you're a pepperoni purist or a veggie virtuoso, Spinelli's has a slice with your name on it. And let's not forget about their killer drinks and laid-back vibes. It's like the ultimate post-ride hangout spot. It's funny that that's actually true. And their pizza's good. Plus, Spinelli's is all about supporting the local scene, just like we support each other on the ramps and streets. So next time you're in need of some fuel or just craving a slice of heaven, head on over to Spinelli's Pizza on Mill Avenue in Tempe. Because life's too short for bad pizza. Am I right? This is so good. Thank you, Spinelli's. Do you ever go back and watch your old shit?
Oh, yeah. Too many times.
What is your life like at this point in time? Like, how old are you here?
Oh, there.
You look young as shit. You were joking with me about middle school. This looks like middle school.
That was the summer. No, that was the summer between between senior year in high school and freshman year in college.
Okay, nice. So you're 18.
I was a dish dog at Woodward. I don't know if you knew that.
Say that again, Woodward?
I was a camper at Woodward and also a dish dog at Woodward.
What's a ditch dog?
I mean, a dish dog.
Dish dog, got you. So you're working at Woodward. Yeah, Ohio.
That was the summer before this. Actually, it's probably the same summer.
It's pretty close to like Woodward's not far from you in Ohio, right?
No, it's actually pretty far.
I don't know. The Midwest is all fucking blur to me, but
Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania is really far across.
Yeah,
so it's actually pretty far.
But you are next door neighbors, Ohio and Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Nice. See, dude. Fucking, I went to college, dude. What's up? I loved. Did you edit this?
Yeah. My friend Pete and I, we drove out to Andy Miller's house one night and brought a couple more clips maybe and edited it for like all night or something. Probably like for a while. It took us probably like, I don't know, like 6 hours or 8 hours, or probably like, I forget. We drove out there and got there like it was dark when we got there, and I can't remember how long it took us. It took us a while, probably like 3 in the morning or something.
I liked that it's like a certain song here, and then it transitions from the title.
Yeah, we did a little intro with the Radiohead song.
Yeah, I love it. I want to. Can you hear the Radiohead song on your end?
Right now I can.
Nice. That's so dope. When I just watched this earlier, I was like, yeah, that's a nice touch. And then it switches to your other song.
We cut out the intro to the Naked Raven song, and then we shortened the song towards the end. We cut out like one little area of it.
What were you filming on?
Andy Marshall filmed this on a Canon, and then
On
I gave him some
mini
clips
DV
that I
tape?
filmed on like what?
Mini DV tapes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of the clips were filmed on like this camera, like one of these heavy cams. You see that?
Yeah. Little mom
A few,
cam.
a few of the clips are from my like high 8 cams and stuff like that. But yeah, most of it's filmed on his Canon, whatever that Canon was called. I forget.
GL something. Oh, that's dope. It's a like it brings me back to making videos like this before HD was even a thing. It's kind of crazy seeing that trick early in one of your early parts, like because that just became a famous. That stuck out in my mind.
That bench and I was like, "Holy shit, we can ride this kind of like a tranny."
Yeah.
And then I think
that shit in particular stuck out in my mind. I watched your "Can I Eat" part like religiously when I was 16 or 17, and that shit where it's just magic. I was like, wow, how did he do that? And then
that trick really was
this
really
is the
cool.
same spot that you did it in "Can I Eat," right?
Slide. I did that trick. Something that I never filmed that I did was I did one of those across those. There's these benches in Long Beach that Brian Castillo used to ride. They're famous benches with like kind of like a slanted back or something. And I did one of those. So I've done a lot of those, but I did one of those on that bench and it worked really well. But we didn't have I didn't film that, but it was something I did that was kind of cool that I never filmed. But I like the trick a lot, and you can go both ways on it.
This is the same spot as in "Can I Eat" though, with the manual to it.
It's a different bench, but the same area. It's
Nice.
it's another bench that was a couple blocks down.
Yeah, that's cool.
One block down.
How long did it take to film this part?
Well, you see, I filmed this video in high school for my media project called Inception, and so I was already filming for that. So I kind of cheated because I used all my good stuff from that video for this part too, which really helped a lot. So I had already been filming for like all my high school. I had already been filming for Inception, and then we just kind of faded into filming with them that summer when I started riding with those guys.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like a continuation of that, and I filmed with them for like I think basically just one summer and one fall.
Fuck yeah.
One spring.
I mean, when you're young and like this is what you're obsessed with, it goes quick. Like, what's your life like at this point? Are you working or just going to school and riding?
I was a freshman at Ohio State.
Yeah, so you're just literally going to school.
That's high school. It's like senior year in high school and freshman college. I live in Stradley Hall at Ohio State.
So this is what I mean, like, fucking, you're doing crank arms and shit. It's like, who did you see doing crank arms that you were like, I want to do
Jim
that?
Jim Selinsky was doing crank arms, and Garrett Burns had a props bio. He was doing all kinds of pedal stuff. So
yeah,
and probably Joe Tissio, stuff like that.
And
crank arms, sprocket grinds also too. Like people were doing sprocket grinds.
Why weren't you riding pegs?
I had ridden pegs a few times, and I think we just wanted to. It was just kind of like a new, like, it's kind of like a style. It's kind of like a cleaner style.
I agree. I'm glad that you didn't ride pegs. I'm glad that you put them on for like 2 clips in all day, but
yeah. I've had a few clips on
other
people's bikes. I don't know if I really put them on. I have put them on pegs before, but a lot of times I don't. I put them on and take them off. I don't use my bike, or just ride a random bike with pegs on.
I would say, I don't know, dude. Like, there's some crank arms in this part where it's like you're way ahead of your time. It's kind of nuts. Were you aware of that? Like, I saw that clip of you kind of saying, "I'm going to be a pro" and shit. Did you just always have confidence, or were you just like, how did you feel when you were doing this shit? Is what I'm getting at. Did you know you were going to change the game? Is the question, I guess.
Like, just ride so hard and get sore and like. It was just cool to push your body and see, like you were saying, when you're young, you're just kind of beat the crap out of your body. And
it's a good feeling. What was the scariest trick in this part for you?
That's a good question. I'll have to watch it. That manual and that rail, that was a real quick clip.
Yeah, that wooden rail.
I was planning to do a kickflip out, but I didn't do it. But I still like the manual. That was the first time I ever rode that rail. I was gonna do manual, kickflip, crank flip, and I should have done manual to X flip, but I got hurt or something or got scared. But I still like the clip of just the manual, even though it's kind of sketchy how I came off of it.
Yeah. Like the amount of people that watch this shit and then were influenced is kind of nuts to think about. Like worldwide, people have been sweating Stephen Hamilton for years.
I like the feeling that this song did. I think that helped a lot.
Okay. Like that crank arm is the one that I'm talking
That crank arm slot took me forever. I didn't really like how I did it because I wasn't really like sideways like I like to do, but I was happy that I pulled it. I hurt my tailbone really bad because I landed right on that corner, and then I was just happy just to be able to at least get it. So that was cool.
Like,
that's kind of something I like about the feeling of that car. Just kind of going. I don't know. It kind of has like an energy to it or something like. Even though you didn't do it, even though you didn't pull clean or something, at least you tried your hardest.
Fuck yeah. Who did you see right upstairs that you were like, that's possible? Or did you just figure it out?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff we just got lucky. We were all about like I said, I was in college, so we were studying, like trying to be smarter and stuff like that. And then we were all just like trying to think of new possibilities. And like me and like Bo Campbell in that video and Shane and Ian, we were all just like brainstorming, and like certain things would be other people's ideas, and like I don't know, people sometimes I could do it, sometimes other people would think of it and I would try it and it would work. Like going up the stairs, like we were just there and we had thought about it. We didn't really think it would really work, and then those stairs are there's I don't know if they ever changed them. I think they're still the same. You can ride the faster you go, the smoother it is. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah. That's a wild thing.
We were really surprised that it worked as well as it did.
Fuck yeah!
Because we had never seen anybody ride upstairs. I'm not saying no one had never ridden upstairs before, but we kind of did feel like we were kind of the first people to be doing a lot of stuff.
I bet you were pretty close to the first ones, if not the first. I think of Wong Tran.
But as far as realizing that certain stairs, the faster you go, it like feels just like a bank or something going up. And that guy doing the nosebleeds up now is so cool. I want to try that.
That guy's nuts. You should try that.
I'm sure. Is it just one guy or like more people?
I don't know. I've seen that one. I've only seen one dude nose manual upstairs. Then there's things that like.
And people do the quarter pipe is really cool.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Like steep, like an 8-foot quarter pipe. They just nose manual pop. That's nuts. It's a trip to.
We didn't do a very good job of uploading these videos.
Yeah, we'll just get it straight from VHS, dude. It's all good. Is this your account? This 8ETC?
No, that's not mine. I did have one on there at some point.
I would subscribe to your YouTube, dog. That's a big ass manual.
This is a great interview. It's going really well. I was super nervous.
17 years old. Yeah, man. It's good to meet you and talk to you. Yeah, fucking. I can't think of it as a fucking interview. I just have to. We're just talking.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean interview. I just mean like podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
I was really nervous.
Oh, the full cab, dude. That's the weight of my heart. I'm a big fan of full cabs. Dude, you know what I noticed? You run your bars so far back, like.
Oh yeah, that was my style.
Way back, dude.
That'd be real crazy too.
Because like you're, how tall are you?
Huh?
How tall are you?
How old am I?
No, how tall are you?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Wouldn't you like to know? I bet you're 5'7". Huh? Is that top secret information? I'm sorry for asking. I shouldn't pry.
Hey, got it. 5'7".
Hell yeah.
And a half.
Makes me want to get a longer bike because, dude, I'm tall and big, and I need to like the proportions of human to bike. When I watch you ride, it just looks right, and then when I ride, it's just a big old guy on a little fucking bike, and I'm like, I need to get a longer bike or whatever.
Right, and then there's the whole situation with what size wheels, and then it's like, am I even riding BMX or am I a mountain biker? And that's
Yeah.
you do not want to be a mountain biker.
I did, dude. I used to want to be a mountain biker.
I'm just kidding.
There's like
But isn't
there's
it
a
interesting
street
that
crew.
BMX well it can also be 24-inch. You really can be any size wheel you want.
Yeah, it's just bikes freestyle.
But there is kind of a thing about being 20-inch. It's kind of
dude,
it's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's open to interpretation or something.
nothing beats just doing a nice Smith grind on a fucking 20-inch bike. I know you can't relate because you ain't got no pegs, but
No, I like Smith.
fucking,
That's a good feeling.
fuck yeah. Just I don't know. It'll never get old.
I like the
just did a
Smith
double
around
bend
the
down
outside of a
the-
curve. I think it's interesting and cool how you can do a Smith around a curve, the outside of a curve, and it can kind of lock in.
Oh yeah, I know
think
what
it's
you're
really
saying.
cool when people do that.
Yeah. What do you think of Mike Mastroni?
I do not know who that is.
He's like when you say Smith around a curve, he does some really cool like Edger Smith shit. He's a super creative writer and one of the best filmers of all time. He's dope.
Okay.
I'll send you some of his shit. If you could go back in time and give yourself advice when you're fucking finding somewhat success in BMX, what would you tell yourself?
I would say just do it, Steve. Just do it.
Bomb. That's perfect. Beautiful, mate. What are you most proud of in your career?
Oh, just being able to feel healthy and ride and enjoy every day as it comes.
Fuck yeah. What about trick wise? What's like there's the crazy gap into that steep bank from Trafalo, right? That was in Trafalo.
I do not know.
How do you say that fucking video name, dude?
Are you talking about Agroman?
Federal Trafalo. What is it? What is that?
Agroman? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about Agro Man.
Okay.
What the fuck is Agro Man, dude?
Are you kidding me? Why is your name Kanode Knows? You don't know shit.
That's right.
Clunkers.
You're the
Are you
first
talking
one
about
to figure it
clunkers?
out. Clunkers. Tell me about clunkers. Dude, I need to learn. Tell me some shit.
You got money?
I'll give you some money for teaching me, dude.
Give me, cheese, please.
I don't know, cheese. Base Brooklyn? It's before my time, brother.
Just come out here and I'll teach you about all the bids.
Let's chain smoke cigarettes and watch VHSs. Yeah, it was Trafaelio. What is the scariest shit? Thank you for showing that I don't know shit. But what was the scariest trick in your BMX career so far?
Whew. You don't want to know, my bro. You don't want to know.
You're fucking stupid, dude. You don't want to know. What do I want to know?
I'm going to show you. Let me show you something. Something interesting. Try it. This is going to be a tripod.
You gonna set it up?
I don't know, man. What are you talking about?
You're gonna teach me something right now.
Oh.
I asked you what your scariest trick was, and you said, "Let me teach you something, Kanode."
I'm trying to think. Scariest trick. Just depends on the situation. Even the smallest thing can be scary if you're like, maybe you have a hurt knee or something. It just really depends.
Yep. It kind of seems like you have the fuck it, huck it attitude. I mean, you're good and shit, and you're dialed, but you kind of send it. Did you ever, like, when you're about to do something big?
I say yabba dabba do.
You just say yabba dabba do and go for it.
Yep.
Loose. Oh, dude, that song in the background reminds me.
Are you happy with the interview, or is it going bad?
It's going great, dude.
All right.
You're a fucking character. I'm enjoying myself. I don't know about everybody listening, but who cares?
Is it live?
No, not currently listening. And honestly, like, if you told me you don't want to put it out, we don't have to.
No, I just don't want to waste it. I don't want to do a big interview and be like, I don't like it. We're not going to do it. I'm like, well, oh my God, what a waste of
Nah, you're
time.
chilling, dude. It ain't that serious. Like that song that was playing, "You Keep." It's fucking these boots are made for walking.
Yeah, wasn't that in Kill Bill or something?
Yeah, I also used it for a Joey Mata video, and I want to show you. This podcast is brought to you by Unity Bike Shop here in Phoenix off 43rd Ave in Bethany Home. Here is an ad that ChatGPT just wrote for me. Parentheses, sound of upbeat music playing in the background. I'm not doing that. Voiceover. Hey, BMX and skateboard crew. Are you tired of hitting up those big box stores for your gear only to be greeted by bored employees who don't know a tail whip from a nose grind? Well, fear not, because Unity Bikes is here to save the day and your street cred. Sound of a bike bell ringing. That's funny. Located off 43rd Ave and Bethany Home Road, Unity Bikes is your go-to spot for all things BMX and skateboard related. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, our friendly staff is here to hook you up with the sickest gear and the raddest advice. Randy's dope, and he will give you good advice, and they do have cool stuff there. Plus, we're not just a shop, we're a community. We host local jams, sponsor talented riders, and even have a resident shredder who can teach you how to kickflip like a boss. I'm not sure if they actually have a skateboard team, but I told, whatever. So, why settle for mediocrity? Ooh, mediocre at best. When you can experience unity at Unity Bikes. Stop by today and let's shred some gnar together. That's Unity Bikes off 43rd Avenue and Bethany Home Road, because life's too short for boring rides. Not bad. All right, back to the show. Back to the show. Thank you, Unity. Are you down to watch the Joey Mata edit real quick?
Yeah. Where's that ledge? Or is that a grind box?
Wait,
what was that? A heel clicker?
Yeah.
Superman?
He's never caught one spy, I'm told.
That's crazy. I've always wanted to do a grind to rail. I wanted to do it
You never got it around? No, yeah. Oh, grind a wire. I don't know what you're saying.
Got his degree from Disneyland. But he's
Is that the same song? I mean, is it the same version or is that someone else doing it?
I don't know. I think it's different. Like when I heard it in the background, I was like, it's the same song, but it's not.
Okay.
You ever do a crank flip to wall ride?
That's a good question. I don't think I have, but I did think I do want to try that.
Dude, your crank flips are nice.
Thank you.
And this was mind blowing at the time. Still kind of crank flip, heel clicker. Crank
That
flip
is ugly though.
Wild, dude. Anyway, that
That's
song
cool.
just triggered that memory.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that you can just find stuff that fast.
Yeah, I made that 12 years ago now. That was
Is that spot that's like kind of like I know it's not the double hip ditch or whatever, but is it kind of like almost like a flat with like a massive landing that you can just go like so far?
Yeah.
That looks crazy.
Yeah, dude. Have you ever ridden in Phoenix?
I've been to Arizona a few times. Can't remember which cities and stuff like that. I've been to that
like Smoker Dave and the Gons and all them?
Nah. When I went out there, I went there on Road Fools 11. We rode some cool spots. And I went back one time and stayed with some people and we rode some spots. Then I went back another time. But I never rode with those guys. But see, which city is that? You said Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never went to that spot. I don't know. You guys ride a lot. Whatever it is, that like skate park spot or whatever. I've never been to that one. I don't know if I've ever been to Phoenix. I'm sure I've been to Phoenix, but not a lot. But I've been to some other cities there a few times.
Nice.
I love the Mexican restaurants out there with the tacos with the little like pickled like peppers and stuff. I love that.
Oh, dude, it's so fucking good. They're free. You can just get the free pickled peppers.
Yeah.
Pickled carrots. Pickled
yeah,
onions.
yeah, exactly.
Huh.
I want to learn how to make that soon.
People don't know Arizona Mexican food is the best. Did you ever get to travel with Edwin?
Edwin?
Yeah.
I went to Monterrey, Mexico for a Red Bull thing one time, and he was on that trip. And other than that, not really. One time we went to like Connecticut or something for some jam, and I think he was there. Yeah, he was definitely there on that trip. That's about it though. We never really rode him, and like I went to I rode him around like New York City and stuff like that a couple times, but not a lot.
Yeah. He asked a question.
Oh really?
Yeah. He said, I wanna say it word for word. Fucking pull up. There we go. He said, "How did it feel to change the game?"
It felt great. It was so much fun.
Hell yeah. Who picked the song in your "Can I Eat" section?
I did.
Nice.
I had a couple of choices like that one, and another top choice that I was considering at the time was the song that Big Cat Value used in one of the S&M videos called Psycho Killer by the Talking Heads. I was
Nice.
a pretty big Talking Heads fan at the time. And the Violent Femme song I ended up using.
If
Can't
you
remember what
could-
other songs, any other choices.
One thing I took away in like looking you up is just
Oh, you know what? Bob did a kind of like a rough draft edit of that part to the song by Ugly Casanova, which was kind of like a Modest Mouse side project.
Yep.
And it was I forget which song was it. It was one of the songs off that CD. I think there's only one.
Here's to Now.
Yeah, but Bob did a little edit of it to one of the cool songs like that.
Fuck yeah. I
It's
used
neat.
the Ugly
What?
Casanova song once. It's the shit.
I forget, how does that song go? Like
Here's to
caterpillars eating cum on the piano.
Eating cum on the piano.
Alligators, yeah.
Ugly Casanova. Caterpillars.
That's the name of the album.
I don't know.
No, it's not caterpillars. It's alligators.
Alligators.
I haven't listened. I listened to that
Things I don't
song.
remember.
I listened to that album a couple years ago.
Things I don't remember.
Last time, things I don't remember yet. That was it.
Yeah.
He did a little edit of that, which some people kind of liked, but then we really tuned in with it.
Good. What did I use this in? I used this song.
Yeah, that's a really good song.
There was come on the piano.
I don't know.
Disco dancing neighbors who.
I would love to see that. That's fire. I'm a big fan of that song. I just got lost. My train of thought is fucking
We
gone.
were talking about Edwin had a question about how did it feel to change the
Yeah.
game. That's cool.
Yeah, it's. I think that's cool that you chose that song for your part. It's like a
No,
like,
we didn't use that one. We ended up using a Violent Femme song.
right. That's what I'm saying. But you chose Violent Femmes, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. It's a refreshing change of pace from like the hip hop in the video. That's cool.
That
Also,
got a
being
great soundtrack.
collaborative.
I love that.
Yeah.
The soundtrack to that. We had Big L for what's his name, and Edwin's song is crazy. 50 Cent was
Yeah,
insane. And then
That
had Dinosaur Jr. was cool in the mix section, and every song was super awesome.
What have you been listening to lately? That's what I was gonna get to. Is like, give me 4 artists to listen to after we're done here.
Oh well, some recent stuff that I've really been getting into is oh man, I've been listening all kinds of stuff, but like who knows what I'd even say.
Just whatever comes to mind.
I thought of something, but then I kind of hesitated because I was like, it's gonna sound cheesy or something.
Yeah, you can't
No,
think of
listen to some new stuff. If I could look at my YouTube browser, I would tell you today. Here's what I jammed out to today. How about that?
Yeah.
But then I don't want you to know, bro. Then you're gonna be like, do it for me.
Tell me when we're done then, bro.
You just have to wait.
Yeah, that's fine. Will you tell me when we're done recording?
Yeah.
My guy. Yeah, it's like I read the Albion interview you did, and he was telling the story about like he's hanging out with you in your apartment, and you just blaring music while he's trying to interview and record it, and he was like most of it was gone, and I was just like, Steven loves his music, man. You know, can't fucking.
How about you just actually listen to it up close? You might actually be able to hear it if you try.
Yeah, but maybe it's in the recording, but I don't know. There was
definitely an audio. You're gonna be able to find it.
Yeah.
Be that hard.
I don't know if the audio's out, but I read the article. I was like, huh, that's wild. That was 2012. That was in the dark times.
It's sacrilegious to not listen to music.
I agree.
Do an interview.
Yeah, I kind of like the vibe of you. I can hear music in the background. It's not bad. Will you tell me about kind of your downfall, I guess, if you want to call it? I don't know what you would call it. How would you describe that period of time?
What?
How would you describe that period of time?
Which period is this?
2012. 2000. Fuck. I guess like I don't really know when
Are you
did
talking
when
about the Jump the Man Killer?
the Man Killer. What's that?
You don't know.
I don't know. What's the Man Killer?
It's the fucking biggest jump ever.
I was dreaming of jumping the Man Killer.
Huh?
I'm
How
seeing.
could you just find stuff? You just Googled that and just found something about that? I was making that up.
No, you wrote about you. You said something about it. Let's see.
And you just were able to Google that? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
When I was
What
a young
interview is
child,
this?
I was dreaming
That
of
was a
jumping
sick
the Man
photo.
Killer.
Go back to that photo. I love that photo. Oh,
Fuck
this
yeah.
is yeah. These photos are awesome, bro. I love these photos.
This is from a Ride UK interview.
Yeah, freaking. See, I used to always just put my magazines in boxes, and I kind of never hung them up. And then I'm like, dude, I got all these magazines, so I've been hanging them up. So I got all those photos like hanging up now.
Fuck
So
yeah.
Yeah, like that one. I love that photo.
Yeah, it's bomb. We put that homeless person's house in front of my curved wall ride.
Wait, you say a homeless person's house?
Yeah, who put that homeless person's house in front of my curved wall ride, bro?
That's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, that's a good call. That is a great oxymoron. Fuck, I wish I read this one before we started going. This is interesting shit.
That one is hilarious. That's got to be one of my funniest ones. Would you like me to recite it to you?
Recite it to me? Yeah, go. Why did you get all psychedelic all of a sudden? I've always been, for it's in my blood. Oh, is this real? Your mom traveled with the circus and took acid?
No, not at all.
Nice. You're a fucking troll, dude. I am curious about Stephen Hamilton's mom and dad. What's your family life like?
They live in a town south of where I live. I live in Sunbury and they live in Westerville. You know, they're just playing golf, doing their things, trying to survive in this crazy world that we live in.
Does mom play golf too?
Doing our best. She's a golfer and a great cook, and they have a beautiful house.
Good for them, dude. My dad golfs too. And just grateful they're still alive.
Yep.
What do you want to talk about now, Steven?
Let's talk about. Let me tell you about some music.
Oh, you want to come back to music? Let's do it.
Did you see that video that somebody posted of Jimmy LeVan and like Brian Foster or something riding that hip that Jimmy just dies?
No.
Oh my god, it's from some Odyssey tour, bro. And they're riding this crazy spot in like France or something. These crazy ass bricks. It says the name of the park. And I don't know if this, I remember Jimmy telling me about this, but freaking, it's so fucking gnarly, man. He's fucking just dies over this hip. He telling me he tried to turn down over this rail and just caught his back wheel and gets knocked the fuck out. But I don't know if I'd ever seen the footage. I think I saw it once and I forgot about it or something. And somebody posted the footage and they're riding this hip, dude. It's this massive fucking hip. And they're going so big. It's like a 40-foot double, but it's bricks over a rail. And they're like over clearing the shit out of it. They're barely catching the bank. And he's with like Brian Foster or something. It's crazy. It's like a fox tripper. I don't even know what it was. It must have been an Odyssey, obviously. But I think it looked like Brian Foster. But he doesn't ride for Odyssey. I don't know who it was. Someone just posted it. I saw it. I was like, oh my God. Like, and it's kind of hard to watch because it's like your friend dying.
I think this is the spot you're talking about.
That's it right here. You wait till what happens. It's fucking insane. Who is that? Oh, it's like Brandon Goss or something like that.
That was Aiken in front.
Okay, Aiken, yeah. And freaking, maybe that dude that ran from Metal that was good or stuff like that. I don't know. It's in like a tour mix or something, and it shows the expression. Like, oh my God, dude, what the hell?
Where's the death clip?
He's like, it's like worse than Evil Knievel. They show the crash.
Yeah, that spot looks wild.
Fucking insane.
I don't know if the crash is going to be in here, but that is a buck
I don't think
setup.
this might be right here. Yeah, it kind of like has a weird little edit. Like they're kind of hitting it, and then it's just like they change the song. and then Jimmy just gets knocked crazy. I'll be like, hits his head so hard, it's crazy. He tried to do a turn down and just hit his back wheel. It's kind of like what happened to me on that more light front clip, where
Yeah.
you just, like, you're not expecting to catch it, and then just all of a sudden you're just like OTB.
You're just dead. Shit happens, dude. What's been your worst crash? Oh, this got to be it.
I don't even want to see it. I'm not watching it. Just turn it off.
For real?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna still watch it off the. Man, just don't look at the phone. I wanna show the phone.
I don't think it's just edit. It's something else, man.
Okay.
It was like in the credits.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh well. What time is it there now? 7:30.
My connection's working and everything. I don't know. My phone is not on clock anywhere.
Yeah. What's your like? Do you have a routine going? What's your evening?
Yeah, I've been working. I've just been working as much as possible, so I'm just trying to put in hours. So I'm just going like working as much as I can. I get like 1 or 2. I get 2 days off a week normally, so I just work and do what I can when I'm not working around the house and stuff like that. Working on stuff. I got this bike I'm working on. I got hooked up with a cult from Robbie. It was really nice. I'm really excited about this.
Fuck yeah.
Cult. But I had this crazy idea. I've been waiting on getting wheels, so I'm kind of in between bikes. But I've got this crazy idea where I'm going to make, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of experimenting with mixing, just like skateboards and bikes and stuff like that. And I got this really cool thing that kind of just happened, kind of just came to my apartment's haunted and stuff, just like magically happened without me really doing it. It just happened just through like chaos and stuff. Yeah. And then I'm looking at my bike one day and there's like these 2 pairs of roller skates sitting next to it. And it's just like, oh my God, like everything just lines up. It happens a lot here because my apartment's haunted. And then I'm like, oh shit. And I got this idea and it's like all the colors match and everything is kind of just weird stuff. But I had this cool idea that I think I can do pretty easily. I just need a couple more things. It's just kind of like an in-between idea, but it's like I'm putting these roller skates. Like I got these 2 roller skate bases that I'm putting on the pedals, and then I'm putting these 2. I already know how to connect them and everything. I got all the parts.
Yeah.
Using pedals, I'm gonna use pedals as like the connection between these and the frame, and I'm making this 18-wheeler, 16 wheels, and it's like it works perfectly in my head. So I want to at least try. I just need a couple more things I got to grab, and then I can just try to toss it together. I just got to find this 3/8-inch axle. I have this 3/8 axle laying around that is just in this big pile of stuff. Once I find that and I get a couple bolts, I'm going to just try it out. And it's kind of just like basically a bike and like, I don't know, it's going to have like 4 wheels mounted on a pedal through the fork on a 3/8-inch axle with like 3/8-inch axle through the pedal body, because I have so many just bike parts laying around. I can experiment a lot. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's fucking interesting.
Making lots of like things like bikes and skateboards mixed and stuff like that. Like
I'm like picturing you putting the rollerblade wheels or the roller skate wheels perpendicular to the bike wheels, and then
in my head, dude, I can see it working like crazy. So I'm gonna.
Then you just rock a perfect 90 crank arm grind.
There's gonna be 2
ride.
I don't know if you'd be able to do stuff like that, but I want to just like bomb a hill on it or just see if I can make it turn and things like that.
Yeah.
But I did like some handlebars on the skateboard last 2 summers ago, and it looked out pretty cool. It was kind of fun. So it's kind of like an scooter of that. But if it works, like it's gonna look cool, even if it doesn't work, because it's really simple how it's gonna go together, and like it's like all the wheels kind of match. They're all red wheels, and it's got red grips. Yeah. And it'll be like a 16-wheeler. There'd be no sprocket, just like 4 wheels on each of the pedals and then 4 wheels on the front and back wheel. I'm going to hopefully do it before I get my new wheels, or maybe after, but pretty excited to see if it works, or even just to try it.
I'm excited to see it myself too. That's cool. Do you have, I mean, speaking of projects and shit, do you have any goals in your head right now that you're working on?
Yeah, like millions.
Let me hear a couple.
That one I just told you, and then like I've been working on clothes like crazy.
No shit. That's cool.
Oh yeah. I'll do a fashion show for you right now.
Let's go.
I've been like,
I'm loving the bolo tie, dude. That's fire.
Thanks. I started doing a lot of like, I've always been interested in clothing and stuff, but over the past few years, I've really been working on it a lot harder or just having a good opportunity to really do more stuff with it or something. And then I've just been like making a lot of jackets and shirts and stuff.
Yeah. What do you mean making them from scratch?
Or just like,
You got a little sewing machine back there?
huh?
You have a sewing machine back there?
I do have a sewing machine, but that's not it. That's a typewriter, but I do have a sewing machine, but I don't use it much.
Okay.
I have one, but I don't use it a lot, but I am interested in it. I'm not very good at it, but I do want to get better at it. I've been sewing by hand a lot, like patches and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to screen print more, but I have been using screen print ink, using this like freezer paper technique, and I've just been like modifying a lot of shirts.
That's fire.
This Japanese company, Dirty 450.
Yeah.
I woke up. I've been up since 4:50 a.m. because I woke up at 4:50, and I was, I've been thinking about doing this interview a lot, stuff like that. And then it was kind of like a sign, and it also reminded me about 4:50. So
Yeah.
but I just been like making a lot of like jackets, and I'll like add stuff to them, like patches. Then I got a lot of little like brands I've been like kind of working on, like Criminal is one of them. I kind of want like a backwards K. And
I like that. What the fucking
like a backwards
elephants
K.
on there? Is that elephants on there?
There's like some surf companies called Surf Crime and stuff like that, but mine is just like with a backwards K, and then these are like some elephants.
Yeah, dude. I like that a lot.
And then it's got like this jacket has like I probably made about like this. I like just like some Colt patches that I'm sewed on.
Yeah,
Them.
dude.
But they're all still works in progress. I probably made about like 30 jackets so far, and I just
Cool.
put like, screen printing on them.
Nice.
And like shirts, and like I made that out of like that screen paper technique, and I
Yeah.
just like
What'd you say? Freezer
logos,
paper?
bands. Like I put a lot of I do a lot of stuff with like I'm obsessed with Sparkle Horse.
Technique support freezer
Sparkle Horse
paper.
or this jacket I haven't done much too, but so I'm working on a lot of shirts and clothes and things, jackets, and just adding like a lot of my pants I shorten.
Yeah.
And I'll take what I shorten at the bottom and make pockets on like short coats.
Dude,
And
that's
so
dope. I like
Yeah.
that.
This is like a pad set that I found in the trash,
Hell yeah.
and I made like a pocket out of that.
Yeah, I like that. That's dope.
Thank you.
What's this freezer paper shit that you're talking about?
Yeah, what it is like you take a stuff called freezer paper, kind of like parchment paper or something.
Yeah.
And you can put it in the printer. You can cut it to 8 by 11, put it in the printer, and then you can print something on it. And then you can take a cutting board or whatever and an X-Acto blade, and you can cut out the design that you printed on it. And then you take the shiny side of the freezer paper and you iron it, and it'll stick to the fabric. And then you pull out, where your design is and stuff. And then you can just take screen printer ink or whatever and just paint the screen printer ink on it, and the freezer paper will keep the sharp lines. And then you just let the ink dry, and you can put more coats on it or different layers, different colors. And then you can pour the freezer paper off, and then you can have like a pretty intricate design.
That's sick. How'd you start doing that? Or like what made you start?
It was I just like Googled it.
You're just like, I want to fucking put something on a shirt, and then you
Yeah.
figured it out.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
But now we got a problem. I don't know what to wear now.
We gotta get the bolo tie back on, dude.
I'm just gonna go shirtless.
Shirtless with the bolo.
So what were we talking about? Clothing, stuff like that. I got an email. The big one at prom is coming up.
All right, we're gonna finish the episode shirtless. How's your health?
Bro, I feel so good. I've been going through crazy like physical and spiritual changes, and I'm just like, I feel like a freaking like machine or something. It's kind of crazy. Knock on wood, I'll probably get hurt tomorrow. I know that I said that, but
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I feel crazy good. I've been like, just like working out and stretching and doing like meditation and stuff like that. I feel crazy.
Fuck yeah! How often are you meditating?
Just whenever I can. I got this crazy old school bathtub. Like a
No
lake.
shit? What do you
it's
mean?
called a lake. Huh?
What do you mean? Old school bathtub,
Tub
like
called a lake
stand
tub, like the old school style. I'll show you. It's this really nice tub, and I spend like 8 hours in it every day. It's a really nice old tub. It's like deep and like
Oh yeah,
strong.
yeah.
And I just like clean it with bleach every time, and I put like I'll get a lot of salt and stuff, and just
Let's go. Yeah.
go in there with like candles, and I'll close this so it's like kind of like the hot air kind of stays in there.
Yeah. Are you
Oil and
rocking?
stuff?
You listen to music when you're doing that?
Uh-huh.
Like, what
And I
about when
put
you're?
like stuff in there and like just stretch out. You can use the tub to kind of like press against and just to really like work on your whatever, like muscles or something, stretching in your bones. And just getting. I've been really feeling really good and like kind of like going through like a lot of like physical changes because my whole life I was like an athlete, but I never really actually tried to stretch really, and now I'm actually trying. So it's really like a really blessing to like be able to like. I feel really good. For
Yeah,
my,
dude,
I feel really good because for a
What
long
are
time I
you
really
like,
thought that I like, I don't know, with like I don't know, when you're like riding too much and you're like going on trips and sleeping on floors and it's like you can kind of, it's not really good for you. But if you have your own place and you can really relax and take care of yourself, it's kind of cool how you can feel pretty good.
Yeah, I think we take for granted our bodies when we're younger. You know, like we're just riding and not thinking about it. But as you get older, you gotta fucking stretch and.
Well, yeah, I felt really good when I was younger, and then like there was a time where it kind of was like, I don't know, people kind of told me like, it was like people told me like, you're not supposed to feel good anymore, and you kind of like, I kind of like believed, or I don't know, I kind of like was like, oh yeah, you're right, but I was like, dude, if you really think about it, it's your body. I don't know.
You only get one, dude. You only get one body.
Well, it's just crazy that it can like I don't know. I'm just like kind of amazed and just really happy that I feel really good and like just if you just work hard at it, it can actually be good.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten super out of shape? I mean, I'm sure you have at some point, but
I've had really bad injuries and like I had to like I couldn't really even walk very good for a long time, but luckily I just kept trying. And out of shape, yeah, I've probably been out of shape, pretty not real bad, but kind of bad.
yeah, I let myself go pretty fucking hard like 5 years ago, and
Yeah, I know.
almost got to 300. Yeah, you know, you've been following Bobby Kanode. I almost got up to 300 pounds. I was drinking.
for real?
Yeah, I was drinking like
I've
there's no
never done
tomorrow.
that, but if I had enough food, I would try.
Yeah, dude, I would order 2 meals at like midnight, have it delivered, and just house a full pizza and then like a pasta.
Nice. I
And
bet
just
that was
go to
fun.
sleep. I mean, it felt good at the time, but it was kind of dumb thinking about.
Were you kind of in a trap? Like
Mhm.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it can get tough.
The full-blown depression cycle, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, man, I did some shit. I went through a pretty fucking dark time there. Did all the shit. What drug would you like to know about, Stephen Hamilton? I've done them all. I'll tell you about
I'm good, thank you
them. Well, that's good. Your health is good. I'm curious about I started meditating last year.
I feel like I can bunny hop so high right now, dude. I feel like I can bunny hop. Well, if I get a good bike, I'm gonna do a bunny hop bike.
Got that cult, dude. Build that shit
7
up.
feet tall.
Yeah, you definitely done some hops in your day. What's your favorite bunny hop that you've done over the years?
That is not a good question.
What?
Your favorite bunny hop? What the
Yeah,
hell?
dude, you've done some crazy ones. The end of the federal video. Just straight bunny hops is kind of a classic trick, like the wooden rail hop you did in one of your animal videos. Maybe it was Day Late. Just a big, tall bunny hop. Yeah, there's not much better feeling than doing a good bunny hop. Fuck you, bad question. What would you ask you if you were interviewing you right now?
That's a good question. Let me think. I see what you're saying. Your favorite bunny hop? Yeah, what are we supposed to even talk about? It's a great question. Don't want to talk about music. Don't want to talk about bunny hops. Why am I being interviewed? Oh. Don't want to talk about the state of BMX. Don't want to talk about music. How about bunny hopping? How about tabletops?
Fuck yeah.
Do you like tabletops?
I love them. I can't do them good. I do bow-legged tabletops.
Do you do them with?
My knees go out.
Do you do them as a classical regular style, or do you prefer the opposite style?
Regular. I never even messed with opposite.
Yeah, regular is hard. I personally, I'll tell you my story because it's be talking about riding and that'd be fun.
Fuck yeah.
Tabletops. I learned them going to the left. I ride right foot in the back. We had a little box jump in my backyard. Well, it was a lip and a landing, and I would set it up as a hip. And for whatever reason, my friend whose backyard this was in, he was like master at tabletops. He was kind of, a lot of tricks depend on the bike a lot. Like a turn down, I could never turn down, but when you get a bigger bike, you can just do it. So tabletops are probably similar in some ways, but for whatever reason, I started hipping to the left when I wanted to learn tables, which is an opposite tabletop. I ride right foot in the back, and I just set the hip up, and I learned to kind of like I don't know, I kind of do it almost like a whip on a motorcycle, where I would kind of just lean back and get my bike kind of above me, and that ended up feeling really well. It took a while to learn it, but then once I learned it felt really good. So I've always been better at them the opposite way, where my left front foot is on the bottom. And I have done some,
It's not very common to do it the way that you do it.
Yeah, and I have done some the right way, and sometimes I'll do one and it'll feel really good. But it's very hard to get on film because when I actually try, it never happens. But sometimes when I'm not really trying, I can do one that feels right. But I'm not very good at doing them the normal way. But a lot of people are.
When you think of your
some people that can do them really, some people that know and are good at them both ways. Some people like that do say that doing them my way is better because you're not as cramped up in your bike or something.
I can see that.
Sometimes my brake lever will smash my hand also, but I learned if you hold out wide, it can help.
When you think of tabletops in your videos, what sticks out?
My best tabletop I've ever filmed? That's a great question. I got some good ones over the hip at Dodge Skate Park in Columbus, where I kind of was able to whip it pretty good and get back underneath my bike and behind it. And I don't know if I've ever really had very many tabletops and video parts. Maybe the one at the Itch Ditch in Columbus. That's in Can I Eat? It's over like a hip transfer off of like an extension quarter. That one I really tried hard on that one and tried to do it really right. That was probably one of the best tabletops I've ever filmed. Other than that, there's probably not a tabletop in Cuts. There's probably a tabletop over the hip at Dodge in that Days Over. Well, in a Day $8 Short. And another video part that we haven't talked about is The Day Is Over.
Yeah.
Which is around the same time as Can I Eat? You've probably seen that.
Yeah, let's
and there's a wall ride to table in that. As far as I was talking about like getting behind the bike, I learned that wall rides to tables work really well for tables because I learned that you can do a wall ride and then loop out a manual on the wall and they'll put it that way.
That makes sense. Which way do you prefer doing curved wall rides?
That works well with wall rides.
Yeah. One foot taves is probably one of the coolest BMX tricks, honestly. You know what? I think you were the first person to do nose manual 180s, but I could be wrong. You're pretty comfortable going both ways. Which way, if I put a curved wall ride in front of you right now, which way are you going to hit it first?
I would probably hit it opposite's a little bit harder.
Opposite's a little harder?
Yeah.
But
actually, it does kind of feel better on a flat wall. On a flat wall, opposite feels better for wall rides a lot of times.
Yeah,
but on a curved wall, it's a little bit scary going into it. But you do lock into it better, I think.
I think you were
front side.
about,
Opposite is front side. Regular back.
yeah, that's an interesting thing to talk about is the terminology we use and how it
Yeah, we
overlaps
figured
with
that
skateboarding.
out. Like just going by where your feet are first.
Yeah. What were these days like? The days of
This was like we were in college, and I met this guy Ted at Woodward, and we were good guys, and we became good friends. And they would come down to Columbus, and that's when I first moved into this house called Main Street, on Main Street, and they would come down and stay there when we first moved in, and his younger brother Elliot would come and film us, and then I would go up there for like weekend trips like Kalamazoo Zoo, and then Rochester where they lived and went to school.
I can't hear you. Are you covering the speaker?
Oh, am I?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't hear you. Sorry. Rochester. Look at that young buck.
Yeah, Rochester, Kalamazoo.
Yeah. When did you start getting paid?
Probably like Ghetto Street 2 or 1. And I got like a
First
dirt
ever
bike
paycheck.
and $750 for that.
Fuck yeah.
And then Animal through the stick. Then I got on Federal at Ghetto Street 2.
Yeah, from Ian Morris, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What's he like? I've never met Ian Morris.
He considers himself the hamburger man. I don't know. He's cool. Him and Stuart Dawkins own that company.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about how long Federal's been going, and they're still the shit. Like, I watched
I don't know about that.
like your era happen, and then I remember all the videos that Ed Allen edited. Then the Timaro videos. Dan Lacey holding it down. Fucking Federal's sick. Who's on Federal right now? But anyway,
Well, they split up. Ian Morris and Stuart Dawkins. They've made United and Federal.
What was that like? Were they? No, I didn't know that.
Oh my
I don't know
god!
shit.
Dude.
Kanode knows nothing. When did that happen? Were you like a kid trying to get mom and dad? Mom wants you over here and dad wants you over here. When that happened?
It was in 2008, I think. I was out in Seattle.
And how did that affect you?
It was just like, I don't know. You know.
Dude, I should have known who's on Federal. I'll tell you. It's Bruno, Dan Lacey, Joe Jarvis, and Boyd Hilder. Those are the pros.
Okay.
That's cool.
I'm trying to press these buttons.
Yeah, so how long were you making a living just off of BMX?
See, I had this job. I worked at the Ohio State University. That was pretty cool, but then I started. Well, I couldn't really have that job if I was not a student. That's what happened. So.
Yeah.
And then.
What did you do for that job?
We would move projectors around the classrooms and stuff like that. Clean the over. Put overheads in the classrooms. Bring projectors from one classroom to another.
Yeah.
And
Back
then
in the projector days, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, overhead projectors and video projectors. It was pretty cool.
And then there was a period in time, I assume, where you're just traveling and riding and getting paid, yeah?
Yeah, I had an apartment on High Street on Patterson for like 20 years.
20 years?
And I lived out in Seattle. I lived in Jersey City. I went to San Francisco.
If you lived in Seattle, you're close to Portland. Is that weird?
Yeah, I used to live in Portland when I was a little baby. And then I went
No
back
shit.
there and stayed with Jeff a little bit, a couple times.
Did you ever get to ride with Bruce Chrisman?
No, I never did.
He's the shit. He was a big influence on me when I was young, too.
His free country stuff is crazy, man. I was looking at that recently.
For real.
It's going so fast.
What about Ian Schwartz? You ever get to ride with Ian?
Oh, yeah.
Was he on Road
we
Fools
together, and we rode together with Daily and Dollar Short.
Nice. Tell me about him. He's a fucking mystery to me. I mean, you're a fucking mystery to me, but also Ian.
Ian, yeah, he's really good. We lived together. He was from Lancaster.
When did you live together?
That's that house I was talking about. It was on Maynard Avenue in Columbus, and we had a big house that was like kind of like college party house type thing.
Nice. And did you guys influence each other? It kind of seems like.
Oh yeah, like I was saying,
time
when we
goes.
were filming that video, we were all brainstorming
Okay.
a lot of the grinding stuff and just writing in general and like style and stuff like that.
What
Video.
about when, like, you guys both kind of find success at the same time? I mean, I say success, but like find, sponsors and paychecks and BMX. What was it like having him going through it at the same time as you?
Oh, it was terrible. We hated each other. We fought so much. He beat the crap out of me. No, he didn't really. We were just feuding couple.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He stole my girlfriend.
He stole your girlfriend?
No, I'm just kidding. No, we just lived together, and Eli lived there too, and he was riding for Sabrosa.
Yeah. Eli Platt. Right?
Yep.
I remember this. I would remember these days. And then Ian's on Sunday. You're on Federal and Animal. How much traveling did you do? Like, I know you went overseas for that one Federal trip. Did you go back?
Yeah,
overseas?
let me think. One cool trip that happened was, so I went on Road Fools 11, and I took off class for that. And then that was the fall quarter of my sophomore year. I took off class to go on Road Fools 11, and then I came back, and then I'll tell you a funny story about that. I was just thinking about the other day. You want to hear a story?
Yes, please.
So like Road Fools 11 was like kind of in the middle of winter, and I hadn't been riding a lot because it was cold as hell or whatever. And then I was like right across the street from that house. There's this funeral home that's a really fun, like smooth parking lot to like skate at and kind of just hang out, and it's just nice and quiet and stuff like that. And I just went over there to ride one night by myself right before the trip, like probably like 4 days before Road Fools 11. And there was this wire that went from a telephone post to the building or something like that. I was just thinking about it, like, it was so freaking dangerous, dude. It was just a wire that went across at, like, maybe 3 feet high or something. Like, not even marked that well or anything. I was just thinking about it. It's not there anymore. I was like, that's really stupid to have that, because it's so dangerous if you're riding a bike at night or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was real cold, and I went over there right before Road Fools 11, and I was like, man, I better be able to bunny hop when I go on this trip. And I was all by myself, and I was like, I'm gonna bunny hop this wire, and it was like pretty tall, and it was cold as hell. And I was by myself, and I just tried to bunny hop it, and totally cased, and like just smashed my shoulder and everything. And I was thinking about just how stupid that wire was, that it was even there, and I was just thinking about, like, it was kind of funny that I just like tried to bunny hop that out of nowhere and just.
Yeah, I love the logic.
Right,
you're like, going on Road Fools, I better know how to bunny hop. Let's fucking bunny hop this wire.
Yeah. Something similar happened too when I was going to Woodward the first time. I was kind of like practicing to go or something like that, and I was like doing toboggans at AMA, those trails I was talking about, and I missed my hand and I like smacked my shoulder that time too, right before a trip. But luckily I didn't get hurt too bad either time. So, but I was just thinking about how funny it is even that wire was even there.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. I'm sure. I think about Road Fools 11 and just that era. It's pretty special that you got to be a part of Road Fools.
Yeah, that trip was pretty interesting and funny.
Who did you like hang out with? Who did you end up being closest with on that trip? Like, who was your homie?
Phil Wasson. Me and Phil Wasson really got along real well.
Hell yeah.
And other than that, also like Tobias was really funny. He would always be like saying some funny shit from this movie. It was like $50, little man, put that shit in my hand. He would always say that, and I would just crack up or something.
Yeah.
Jimmy Dester was fun. Alistair. I knew Alistair from Woodward and stuff like that.
Hell yeah. Tobias's fucking accent is gold. He's German.
And
right?
also Oliver. Got along with Oliver real well.
Oliver who?
That's a good question. What was his last name? What is his last name? Oliver. He was good at manuals to 180. He was from like down Chicago area with those people. Oliver.
Schoolberg.
Huh?
Is it Oliver Schoolberg?
Nah. And yeah, me and him, they would give us like food money, and we would go to the gas station and buy like tons of Doritos and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, man.
Who else? That trip was really interesting.
Seth Kimbrough.
I rode was 12. Yeah, Corey and Seth were on there. And then Rough was 12. Rough was 12 was even much better actually, but I was lucky to get invited back on that because I don't really ride. I rode decent on Rough was 11, but on Rough was 12, I was really able to be in my like zone or something a lot better.
Yeah. Man, it's a special time in BMX, I think.
Yeah, Road was 12 was much better, I think.
Yep.
What were we talking about?
You were telling me a story before you went on Road Fools 11, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, but what were we talking about right before that?
I can't remember. We're just doing a great podcast here, dude. It's fun.
For real?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. It doesn't matter.
What, are we too off topic or something? Not really answering the specific questions?
No. I mean, you can't have expectations. I just talk to you for a little bit and then see how it goes. It's cool.
What were we talking about before that? We never really talked about we did talk about Days Over and Road Fools and cuts all day.
Yep.
Well,
tell me about.
You're asking me where I've traveled to. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was. I went in the fall quarter. I went to the Road Fools 11 trip, and then I think it was that same year, maybe the next year, I got invited to go to like a backyard jam. That was when we were filming for Traffic Elio, the federal video, and so I took off to go to I think it was in Brighton or something like that, or maybe one of those towns on like the southern coast of England. There was a contest, and then I went to that, and we filmed a few things around Hastings for federal, and shot a bunch of photos with Dr. T and Peter Adam, and they were shooting photos of me and filming, and we got some clips around Hastings. Just like kind of some small stuff like nosebleeds and more stuff for like ads for photos. Yeah. And then kind of out of the blue, they were like, I guess Joe Rich had told somebody about how good the spots were in Prague because they were out there filming for, or they were just traveling or whatever. And maybe, I don't know, but they mentioned like how crazy the spots in Prague were. So then actually on that, we also went to like some cities up by London, like, we went to Romford and got some clips at the skate park. It was really crazy. And we went to like some Balsden banks, these brick quarter pipes. And then they were kind of like, you want to go to Prague and film some more stuff? So I kind of I was just kind of like, something about the name stuff. I was like, hell yeah, that sounds really neat. Like fashions, or I don't know, like just when they said Prague, I was like, oh yeah, definitely need to go there. Something like that. But then we went there kind of like spur of the moment or something. I don't think I really knew I was going to go there, but we extended the trip and filmed there for Traffic Elio, and it was really crazy. Like that whole trip was insane because we almost got robbed as soon as we got there because we got there like it was really cold and stuff. And then we didn't really have a place to stay. And then these people, we found a hostel, but these guys tried to rob us because they were going to like take us there or something, and they wanted to put our bags in another car. And obviously, well, luckily, I guess, but it seems obvious now, but we didn't get robbed. But then we had to pedal so far, and it was freezing to the hostel that we finally found. It was like actually an apartment we rented or something like that, but it was like really far away. So it was like kind of crazy going across the whatever that city, Czech Republic, like real late at night, like super cold and really far. And then there was some really cool spots there, so it turned out pretty cool.
That's wild to almost get robbed. They were telling you, we'll take you to the hostel, but you just have to put your bags in this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, that's a memory for sure. Shit. What about stateside travel?
I did a lot of trips like in high school. we were into traveling on spring break to like different cities, road trips all over, and then just I got to stay in different cities like San Francisco and Seattle. I got to spend some time in, and I haven't really been everywhere, but I've been to a lot of places.
Yeah. I got to travel a little bit with Sabrosa, and then somebody will say a state, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think I went there. Like it's all such a fucking blur. You got laser memory. I got whatever the opposite of a laser is for memory.
What would that be?
Yeah,
Light
what's
bulb?
the opposite of a laser, dude? Darkness. It's just darkness. Did you interview yourself in the Albion?
I think I probably did. I don't know. I had a couple interviews in there. Maybe my second one might have been of myself or something.
Yeah, I love it.
I just can't do a good interview.
You're doing a great one right now, dude. What fulfills you more, skating or BMX?
It's just totally different. It's really the same. It's just like you can learn a new trick on either one or just have a session. And really the vibrations and turns you can feel on the skateboard are really fulfilling. Just feeling like the texture of the concrete.
Yeah. Just mopping down the street. I think
bikes also have the silence. The silence is cool on a bike sometimes, or the free coaster sound and the sound of the wheels and power slides are fun. And you can really get a good, just depends on the moment. You can really get a good sensation from either one.
Fuck yeah. I got one from this guy on Instagram. He says, y'all go to 17. What's your favorite clip from your Can I Eat section?
That's a great question. I really like that tabletop clip at the itch ditch that I was talking about earlier. And I really like the very first clip where I'm riding like City Hall, because I like how like just the city looks and the colors.
Yeah, I was thinking that
and
earlier.
I like all the stuff that Bob filmed in Philly. The colors of it all is really cool.
Yeah.
And then that tabletop clip I like a lot. What else is in there? Let's see here. That's a cool clip. That clip's cool. I like them. A lot of the really colorful ones I really like.
That's interesting to think about. The stuff that you don't think about, like the colors in a clip, you know?
Yeah, and
I always like that one.
I like that one too. I do like that one.
I mean, it's fucking all good, dude. It's hard to pick one, huh? What was the first one that came to your mind? The tabletop?
I was thinking that.
That one blew my mind when I first saw it. I know it's like probably nothing in your head, but the fucking seat manual is so fucking sick.
I kind of thought that I was like doing something new, and then I realized that like Brian Blather and people like that used to do that on programs all the time.
Yeah,
but it's kind of interesting, even though it's been done before. It's still new to you, and it's like
exactly, yeah.
We don't know how the pyramids were made, so who knows? They could have been doing everything back then a million times.
For real, there could have been BMX bikes like thousands of years ago before.
Yeah, but if it's new to you, at least it's fun for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cool how you can take something. It's all cyclical, dude. Like kick flips weren't cool for a bit, and then now crank flips are the shit. It's crazy.
This really depends how you do it too. You can make it cool or not cool.
Yeah.
I hate kick flips a lot of times. They can look terrible.
I like it when the feet go fucking wild. Just fucking Jerice has good ones. That's the table you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Where's this spot?
It's in Columbus, off 315. Ooh. It's called the Itch Ditch.
That's dialed. Shoo! That probably felt so good.
It took me forever. I tried it. I made like a little path to get speed, and then I remember that's when I was shooting photos with John Paul Rogers for my faction interview.
Hell yeah!
And it was really hard to get speed for and make it. See how I kind of like did that little transfer into that corner piece.
Yeah.
And I remember I had this song. I had Freebird in my head, and I was like kind of like replaying like a certain part of Freebird to like get myself like, not that I like that song. I mean, it's a good song, but it's just you hear it so many times. Right. But I'm pretty sure it was that song was in my head, and I was like replaying like, yeah,
get like juiced up.
A certain part of it to like, and then I tried it much times, and then I finally got the one that felt good.
Do you have any like rituals before you're gonna try a clip?
No, not really.
And then back then you're not fucking.
But now I try to experiment with that, like trying to get my head clear and things like that.
Yeah, like talk
I
about.
play pool a lot now too. And I
meditation
do
and
little
shit.
rituals like to get my like body loose and just try to get my mind focused and clear.
Yeah, it's crazy how just focusing on your breathing can do that.
That's true. That is true.
Dude, you know what trick I love and hate so much is this nose manuals.
Oh.
I'm addicted to them. Like I love them.
Oh, really?
I used to be decent at them. Like I could do a pretty long distance, but it just like goes away. If I don't do them for a week, they're just gone forever, and I have to try for 15.
For
I don't
me,
know.
it's like if I don't know. I would like to be able to do them long, but at the same time, if I have to like do a certain thing with my body that feels stupid, I just give up. I like to do it where it just happens and your body really doesn't do anything. I hate how it feels to like try to hold it or something, but I've never really learned how to do that. It would be kind of smart to learn that, I guess, but
it
doesn't
definitely
really
feels
feel
good
like-
when you just lock in and you don't have to move.
That's what I like. That's what I try to do,
Yeah.
but
And
some they just hold it with their muscles and their abs or something. I don't know how they do it really.
dude, like Chad Curley and Courage and all these dudes that are doing long nose manuals right now, it's this head bobbing shit. And Jacob Cable, dude. Do you
Yeah, it
know
doesn't look good a lot of times, but it is impressive that you can do it that long.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's like I don't know. I think it's underappreciated how insane that balance point is. Bookmaster
But
says,
once you can hold it forever, it's kind of not that same anymore because then it's like at that point it's not really the balance point. You're just holding.
yeah, then it's just a manual. You know, it's just a manual on the other wheel.
Who wants to watch a manual unless it's like well, sometimes it's good. It just depends.
Yeah, I have to, dude. I get so jaded on that shit. Like, who wants to see a manual? But I enjoy doing it. It's like I'll just
Yeah,
film
and you
whatever.
can make it look good. It just depends on the vibe, really.
Yeah, big time. I want to tell you this one. This is funny. Bookmaster says, "How dare you get all of my homies to ride Pegless from 05 to 07?"
Hell yeah.
Funny. Blaine Freeze asks, "What are your favorite riders?"
My favorite riders. Whew. I just like everybody, man. Just I don't know. There's been so many favorite riders throughout the years, so it's just I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it.
Who
But-
asked that?
Blaine Freeze on Instagram.
He's my favorite rider.
Hell yeah. You hear that, Blaine Freeze? I like that. One question I do ask on every episode is, who's your Mount Rushmore of BMX? The 4 riders that you loved the most in your whole.
Here's what we're going to do with Mount Rushmore. We're going to fucking destroy it and give it back to the Lakota Sioux.
That's real. All right. Fuck my question. Do you have any hobbies outside of BMX? Burgundy BMX asks.
Yeah, I like photography, videography, music, building, sculpture, art, everything.
That's
Pose,
interesting.
Fashion,
Sculpture.
pose and fashion.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
these are all my sculptures I've been working on.
Oh, sick.
And the bikes. I kind of look at bikes and skateboards as sculptures.
I can see that. It's everything. Everything's art.
And crafts, sewing. I like sewing a lot. Just living life is just an art form in itself.
I
Sometimes.
agree. I'm
You gotta
glad. I'm glad you're still kicking it, still doing good. Hard copy BMX archive is this dude that lives in Texas that
Yeah,
literally-
I've talked to him before.
you know him?
He's hit me up and I've done some stuff with him before. I think
Yeah, he's fucking doing.
he's got all the DVDs and stuff.
Yeah, he's doing the Lord's work, keeping every physical. Like when the internet gets shut down for World War III, we all have to drive to his house to watch BMX videos.
I got a lot here too.
Hell yeah. Well, we
got a lot-
got to
look at
create
my-
a network of like where to go to see BMX shit once it's all gone. But he wants to know, what's your favorite DVD part you made, or the one you're most proud of?
My new one, More Light, was pretty happy. Went pretty well. My most favorite, I don't know. I would just say all the big ones are like, I like them all. I can't really pick one because I like All Day, Can I Eat, Days Over, Days Late. All of them are kind of the same in a lot of ways. They're all kind of like, well, I haven't really done a good one like that for a while, so More Light's not really quite there, but I'm just working on trying new things and stuff, trying to keep it going.
Yeah, what's the last thing you learned? Are you still progressing?
I've been learning lots of skate stuff and riding different bikes, building different bikes, and riding mag wheels and free coasters and building different bikes and things like that. Trying to make this roller skate bike.
Yeah.
And new tricks. I was telling you, I was thinking about those opposite half cabs with the free coaster, and I got lots of ideas, stuff I want to film. And as far as new tricks on my mind, recently I've been focusing more on like I've been skating a lot and learning a lot of new tricks on that. But I was, just like going switch on the bike is kind of I've done it before, but in that new more light part, one of those nose manuals is like switch foot it, so it's something different and just
Fuck
switch
yeah.
foot fun free coaster sounds kind of interesting. We're gonna get this new bike. Oh, I'm kind of into like freaking High Street. I just love to cruise High Street. I kind of try to look at it like it's a ocean or something, like a wave, and I just like pretend I'm surfing down the sidewalk in traffic. I like messing with cars a lot, like riding in traffic. I'm trying to turn this town into like a bike horse town or something like that. So I just like try to fuck with cars and trucks. And when I like saying how I get to like skate and bike to work every day, I get to bomb all these hills, like switch with like semi trucks full of like liquid nitrogen or like running me over and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude. I think that's the best feeling is just cruising through a busy city.
Yeah, doing like manuals like in New York City through the
Yeah.
traffic, stuff like that. So that'd be cool to capture that on film or something. Even though it's not really a trick, it's just kind of like a trick in a way. It's kind of like something like a goal or whatever you're saying, like learning new stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe like not as far as riding, but as far as filming it.
Yep.
New tricks. There probably are some new tricks that I'm thinking about, but I can't think of them right now. Other than what else? Fakie, always skating a lot, like I said, but fakie bunny. I don't know. Nothing coming to mind really, but I do have some of mine, some tricks and stuff. And just once I get this bike built up, we have some really crazy new skate parks. We have like a boom in Columbus. So like, for one, the city is just super smooth and it's like being built up a lot in different areas, and it's really just fun. And I like just pedaling around and like hitting curb cuts. I have tons of like setups I haven't done yet that I'm just waiting to like film them, like just like curb cuts over trash cans or whatever, something like that, or like not a ton, but a pretty good amount of stuff in mind I want to do and shoot photos of. But as far as tricks go, I can't think of too much. But I mean, I'm kind of like a minimalist as far as tricks go anyway. I just have my certain small amount of tricks, but I just do them and try to do them better and on different things.
Yeah, if you had to like zap your brain and forget every trick except for one trick, what trick would you keep?
I just love 180s. If I can just go on a bike and just do a spin, even just like a rock walk 180, like just that's something that I've always really loved. Even though it's so simple, it's just really fun to me just to do a spin, and just like in a tight situation or something. So I just love like going through like pedestrians and doing 180s and faking across this intersection. Every time I cross an intersection, I do a pop shove or a 180.
Hell yeah.
Just to like piss off the cars or show off, or not show off, but just kind of like entertain the people sitting at the stoplight in their car.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, he's riding his bicycle backwards. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just fun. Yeah, so if I had to pick one trick, it would probably just be a rock walk 180 to reboot.
Fuck yeah.
Or a wall ride. I love wall rides too. I don't know if I would like wall rides or that more. If I had to pick one or the other, it'd be a tough decision.
Yeah,
I love wall rides. Wall rides are my favorite thing ever, probably. Other than a rock walk 180s.
I've never done a curved wall ride, but I bet that's probably the coolest feeling shit on a
Yeah,
BMX.
you should come out here, dude. I got the perfect one. You can just learn it, and you'll be amazed. It's crazy how good it feels.
Yeah, there's a perfect one here in Scottsdale too, and I was filming Joey there the other day, and I'm like, I'm still not gonna try it, dude. I don't know what it is. Mental block. One of these, I'm not gonna fucking go my whole life without trying a curved wall ride.
Oh, dude, it's a whole other thing. It's like learning like you got like BMX, and then you got snowboarding, and then you got curved wall rides. It's like its own thing.
Yeah, it's a different genre. There's a couple of dudes that are real good at curved wall rides right now.
Oh yeah,
Trey Jones.
I need to hit some more.
Seamus, Eric Elstrin, you.
I got a little model of them. We had a really famous one in Columbus that was right across the street from my dorm on Stradley Hall. And
Yeah, is it still here?
It kind of haunts me. It's been torn down for a while, but
Oh no, it's
I'm
gone.
like, I've been trying to get it rebuilt for a long time, and I'm working on it. Like,
Oh, no shit. Cool.
but I have like visions of like just palaces or whatever built, like castles built of curved wall rides. I'm like, it was crazy, man. That curved wall ride was so perfect, and you could go so fast into it, and it would be like you would gain speed.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so cool. Or if you go super slow and just stick to it, it was so grippy. You could just barely be moving, just be on the wall, and it's just a vertical wall. It's just really interesting.
The one you did in All Day where it was like fucking you nose bonked the top of it on your way
That's
out.
the
You
same
did
one.
it-
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So sick.
There's
Yeah,
a
that's special. Shit's iconic. I wanna wrap this up and let you go. Is there anything else that you want to say?
Let me think here. I got some of my jokes across. Let me check my notes that I made. I had all these ideas of jokes, but they all depend on delivery, so it's just all about. Let me see here. What did I write down? Let's see here. I had a couple things. Thanks for doing the interview. That was really fun.
Fuck yeah, man. That was a treat.
Here's some of my ideas I have for commercials. Like when I'm not working at Taco Bell, I think of commercials. So I'm gonna do a commercial for GMC, and it's kind of like the AC/DC song TNT, but it's like GMC or Dynamite.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Steve Buscemi comes through the Taco Bell drive-thru, and he's got like a girl tied up like in the passenger seat, like Fargo style or something.
Yeah.
It's like, just give me the bell, man. Just give me the bell. Something like that. Like it's like their new catchphrase. Just give me the bell. And there's like something crazy going on in the car, and you just gotta like hand him the bag of Taco Bell. Bro, we're gonna talk about is crazy. Oh my god, I wanted to just talk about like I don't want to get fired. No. People get so mad if you mess up their order, and they like just love to.
Yeah, I said I want a Diablo sauce, dude.
Yeah. No, they're cool. I meet a lot of awesome people. It's super fun.
Yeah, I bet you see all walks of life.
Lots of perks. Perks.
Yeah. Perks, dude. But yeah. Usually
Anyways,
if you had to pick a Mount Rushmore instead of blowing it up Lakota Sioux style, but who's your 4 favorite riders of all time?
Bobby Kanode,
Good answer. Mine too. He's on my Mount Rushmore too.
Bobby Kanode, and Bobby Kanode. We're gonna mount Bobby 4 times.
All right, and that's a wrap, my dudes. Thanks, Steven.
All right, thank you, dude. I hope I got some good content for you. Thank
yeah.
you so much. Let's
Appreciate
keep
your
it going. You got to come out here, and I'm gonna get you to do a curved wall ride.
Yeah, I love it.
Bro,
You're a legend,
You
man.
can stay here. I got like extra rooms. I'm trying to get if you would come out here, I'm trying to get lots of like. I just need help, like driving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We didn't even really get. Yeah, I kind of just avoided all the tough questions. That's good.
You sure did.
So come on out here. We'll ride. This summer is going to be the summer of love in Columbus.
I love
We
it.
got all the spots, all the skate parks.
Well,
Play some pool, shoot
don't
some
forget-
photos, make some vids, skate some parks. Hell yeah, dude, come out here. Everybody come to my house. Let's ride.
open invitation, Stephen Hamilton's house. Don't forget to send me a picture of that email from Bob Scerbo and Scrappin'.
You're going to send you like a series of photos or something?
I guess.
Take
Just
10 photos. You don't want that many?
Just one. The picture of the email works.
Okay.
All right, dude.
All right. Thank you. Have a nice night.
See you nerds next week.
Okay.
That's it. That's the end of the video. Go to burnslow.co and buy yourself a shirt. This one's sick. You can take it on the golf course. Go to dancecomp.com, buy your bicycle parts. Or if you're in Phoenix, go to Unity Ride Shop and buy your bicycle parts. And if you're in Phoenix, Tempe, go to Spinelli's and get a slice of pizza. I think that's all the sponsors. All right, cool. Dude, we're a sponsored podcast out here. I appreciate you guys for listening. And I'll see you next week. No clue who's up next, but leave a comment who you want to hear, and I'll try and make it happen. Stephen Hamilton, dude. Fuck. I sweat Stephen Hamilton so hard, dude. Still do. Fucking incredible bike rider. Weird guy, though, huh? How was that? Sorry, Stephen. I love you. All right, bye.